Hail and well met. Welcome to the first episode of Westgate Irregulars on our new channel. Woo! Yeah. I am Eric Scott DeB, the DM of the Westgate Irregulars campaign, brought to you by the Dungeon Scrawlers. These fine 6 individuals around me right now. We are coming to you live from our various home offices, and we're going to go down and introduce each of us, starting with Aaron M. Evans.
It's me. Hi, I'm Erin M. Evans. I'm the author of the Brimstone Angels saga. I'm also going to tell you about our sponsors. Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms is a strategy game that unites iconic Dungeons & Dragons characters from novels, campaigns, and popular shows into one epic adventure. That includes Farida and Havilar from the Brimstone Angels saga. The game is available for PC and Mac on Steam and web, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, iPad, iPhone, on all Android devices, and now on the Nintendo Switch as of last week.
Woo!
For more information, check out idlechampions.com. This is also the launch of their Great Modron March event, so give it a look.
Nice. I keep wanting to read that as moron, but
I know, right? I'm not gonna lie, I've made that mistake once or twice.
Oh, yeah. Good times.
All right, Rhiannon.
So I'm Rhiannon Held. I write urban fantasy under Rhiannon Held and space opera at the moment under RZ Held. And I have in the works a crossover short story between my space opera and our Westgate Irregulars. So that should be out maybe sometime next week. So watch for that on our website, dungeonscholars.com.
Pretty fun, yeah.
It's a fun story.
I'm Stephen Merlino. I'm a writer and a teacher. And right now you can get my first book, The Jack of Souls, free on Amazon, Kindle, and all those other places where iBooks are sold. Ebooks.
Ebooks, iBooks, Y-books. Well, we all know Y-books. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Emily Tang. I'm a game designer at Wizards of the Coast. Disclaimer, all thoughts and opinions expressed in this stream are my own and do not represent Wizards of the Coast.
Hi, I'm Randy. I'm an author.
All right. So today, not only are we launching our new channel, but the Westgate Irregulars are going to throw down with one of their oldest nemesis, the Twilight Knight. And Randy, with Rogar's Recap, is going to tell us a little bit about some of the context and events leading up to this. So take it away, Randy.
Well, I mean, we have a new channel, and this is an epic battle, so I really think it deserves like a very professional, high-end multimedia presentation. Unfortunately, you get Rogar's Recap.
Yeah.
So here we go. I'll put on the recap for the recap. Right. All right. Wait for this. Artemisia, the fashionable sorceress. Her witch half-sister, Cecilia. The half-orc bard, Stong. The questionably human arcane trickster, Sturge. The winged blade singer and budding necromancer, Caleb. And of course, me, dwarf cleric Rogar. Together, we formed the Westgate Irregulars. Officially chartered and licensed by Westgate to take on jobs and choosing to defeat evil in all its form. Previously on Westgate Irregulars. One of the first jobs we took upon reuniting in Westgate some months ago was the investigation of Kiss of Death Killer. Threw away his song. Okay, so sorry. All right. Not only did this killer attack someone close to Sturge, but they were using a necrotic attack that was meant to frame Ilurnathalin, a powerful figure in Westgate and Faerun in general, who has a curse upon her that her touch causes necrotic damage. So Ilur hired us to investigate to find the real Kiss of Death killer and clear her name. In our investigations, we met Kayla's besotted friend Aiden, a necromancer who we later found out was a member of House Vamos, the most powerful and morally questionable houses in the city. And we met Retagast, a paladin who worked with the Eye of Justice, a self-appointed peacekeeping force in the city,
Wow.
who helped us fight off undead minions of the killers, and also flirted with Rogar a bit. Hey there. All right.
Wow.
But then Retagast became the Kiss of Death killer's next victim, which really pissed off his mentor, Shadowbane, also known as Kaelin Dren, a powerful and somewhat edgelord paladin who blamed
That's a fair assessment.
who blamed Illyra for the crime. All of this turned out to be the Kiss of Death killer playing Illyra and Shadowbane against each other, which because he had major grudges against both of them, resulting in us kind of being caught up in the battle between them. And after everybody had basically exhausted themselves and been seriously damaged and all trying to sort that out, the Kiss of Death killer revealed himself to deliver the final blow to us all, and not in a good way. The killer seized control of Shadowbane's holy sword, a relic named Vindicator, and struck him down, and then turned on the rest of us. But Rogar somehow, with the aid of Sharindlar, somehow summoned Vindicator from the Kiss of Death killer's hands into my own, and the other party members rallied around us, and faced with this unexpected turn of events, the Kiss of Death killer fled. Now, we then learned from Shadowbane that the Kiss of Death killer is actually a vampire, or at least something powerful and not found in, Fond of the Daylight. Nah, he's known actually as the Twilight Knight, one of the leaders of the Night Masks, a shadowy group of thieves and assassins in Westgate. Dun, dun, dun. Well, and if you ask me, the Night Masks have this really unhealthy, obsession with vampires and this pain in my ass goddess Shar. Anyway, now apparently the Night King, the ruler of the Night Masks, was unhappy about the whole Kiss of Death mess, and as it wasn't entirely condoned and kind of the Night Mask operations, he put the Twilight Knight on a tight leash, and unbeknownst to us, forbade him from taking out vengeance on us, because he didn't want any further attention on the Night Mask plans. But then, of course, we went and got all up in the Night Mask's business anyway. To save Cecilia from poison, we ended up disrupting the plans of the Night Mask leader, Duchess of Venom, and to rescue both Artemisia and her not great stepmother, Marcelea. In one of the coolest fights ever, we managed to actually wipe out an entire cell of Night Mask soldiers and worshippers and defeat the Duchess of Darkness, who... a very powerful vampire cleric of Shar. And then somebody collapsed the entire Night Mask lair in on itself, causing damage to an entire neighborhood in Westgate. But that was entirely not our fault, okay? Who makes the statue of Shar the one load-bearing pillar in the entire underground complex? Obviously, it wasn't up to code. Also, speaking of the statue, Rogar might have taken the head from the statue of Shar and stuck it on the body of a pig in the Westgate Temple District, which probably didn't endear us to them. So all of this caused the Knight to go ahead and let the Twilight Knight off his leash to take his vengeance on us at last, and to stop us from further mucking up the Night Mask's plans. And woe boy, did the Twilight Knight take his vengeance with, a vengeance. In the last episode, all across Westgate, bodies were found brutally murdered and posed in gruesome tableaus with a discerning eye might have noticed sort of matched up with major cards from the tarot. And with the help of Mirren, Dark Dance, hello, who is a powerful magic user and one of Illyra's lovers, the Westgate Irregulars managed to protect their friends and Stong's adopted daughter Mirabelle by sort of accidentally banishing Artemisia's house with all of them inside to some other dimension or something. But not before the Twilight Knight killed several people close to the Westgate Irregulars, leaving Artemisia's loyal servant Beau hanging dead from his feet outside her door, and horribly mangling Stong's friend Nala. Not to mention, he made both Cecilia and Artemisia think that the other one briefly had died, which was pretty horrific for them, I'm sure, and probably likely pissed them off, which it wasn't a smart thing to do. Now, rather than wait for the Twilight Knight to strike next, Sturge went around and very publicly challenged that ball bag to a Twilight battle in the great gladiator arena just outside the Westgate walls. And so, my friends, here we are, having pissed off the Night Masks and the Twilight Knight no end, which they totally deserve, of course. And the Twilight Knight has truly pissed us off, which, he's still very much come to regret himself, I think. Yet he is a powerful vampire or something, and we barely survived our last battle against him, or his fellow undead leader, the Duchess of Venom or Darkness. So, tonight we might bring an end to the TK, or we might end up TPK. We don't know for sure. Could be anyone's guess. And now, the conclusion.
Oh man, it's gonna be a terrible launch of the stream if we all die.
Welcome to the new
Thanks for
series.
subscribing.
Or
Sorry,
it will
no
be
more
brilliant.
show.
Who knows?
No, then it's a ghost adventure. Sorry.
All right. So, Sturge has, as Rogar told us, sent out this public challenge to the raging narcissist who is the Twilight Knight, and he will not turn you down, obviously. But that gives you about 24 hours before you are meant to meet up with him. Now, you have all been doing some planning. We've talked about this beforehand, so we're not going to spend too much time on it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you each about 3 minutes. That's about as much time as we have to tell me a basic summary of what you did, or like a little scene during your preparation time that will set the stage for this fight. So Randy has one prepared, so we're just going to go with him since we've just been listening to him. I'm sure you're all accustomed to him. So Randy, why don't you tell us about the little scene with Rogar, please?
All right. Well, of course, I'm preparing because, why not? And I'm strapping on my armor and I'm getting ready to go. And I'm just sort of armoring myself emotionally and mentally by talking to Jigs.
Jigs is there, wagging his tail slightly.
I like that he can't understand me, I think, and can't talk back. So, Jigs, I say as I'm strapping my armor, I prayed long and hard to become a cleric, and was told repeatedly what Sharon did and did not approve from her clerics. A kind of, love that was my duty in this difficult for our people. Then you didn't meet him, but this Twilight Knight, he killed this paladin Rhett, and I think a lot of the others think maybe I was falling in love with him, but it was more that he'd made sort of tempted to question what I'd been taught, and I feared my doubts had brought about Rhett's death as a punishment from gods, maybe. I'm really good at guilting myself. Anyway, whenever I summon Shadowbane's sword, I sense Rhett's spirit, and I'm reminded of that guilt, whether it makes sense or not. So I really have not looked forward to having to face this ball bag again. But now he's really pissed me off for another reason. The Twilight Knight targeted the people that my companions cared for, which is bad enough, but I realized they all feared for the people they loved, and that made me realize that I really don't have anyone he could target. And I mean, I care for the other regulars, but I don't have anyone. I can't have it. Anyway, the Twilight Knight seems to have this knack for making me feel bad about myself and to question my devotion and my quest, and I just want that bastard dead. I want this to end tonight and just not have to think about this shite again.
Jigs kind of nods.
Meanwhile, so I've prepared. I prepared a spell. I switched out one of my spells. Artemisia, I think, distributed some health potions. I'll let Heather talk about that. And that's about the prep. And I've got I'm bringing my satchel this time with some stuff in it.
Great.
Which I shall reveal as needed.
Excellent. Let's go over to Artemisia then, since that seems like a logical transition.
Okay. Well, it will depend a little bit on Cecilia, but Artemisia's first plan is she is going to cope by worrying about what she's going to wear. It doesn't actually matter. She knows this. If called on it, she will admit it. But it's very vitally important that she have the right thing to wear. And her house, with all of her clothes, is in another dimension. So she's going to go to the Silks at Dawn to get some other clothes unless somebody stops her.
I definitely think Cecilia would stop you because the watch might be there. those Eye of Justice jerks, because they're one of those bodies is in the Slips at Dawn.
which would convince her. So she's going to go and basically shop. So she's going to go to the market. She's going to find some new clothes. She's going to get enough health potions for everybody to have 2 if they want them, if they can fit them. She's going to like get a belt so she can carry 2 herself.
Okay.
If that is not outside the realm of like the money she would have. I was
Retail
well,
therapy.
each basic potion of healing costs 50 gold pieces. So if you're going to buy 2 for each of 6 people, that's like 600 gold pieces.
How about 1?
That's,
I've got plenty. I'm okay.
Okay.
Man, is there
I'll
some
take
super
this.
sale, like a 2
In
for
fact,
1?
I can give 2. I can give 2 to anybody who needs them because I have 4.
Did we get a bulk discount?
Yeah.
no,
it.
not in Westgate, sorry. They're like, that's a really good idea.
Okay, Artemisia will buy 1 each for the people who don't have them after Sturge has given them out.
Who needs one?
I don't have any.
Okay,
Well, I was going to assume I bought some, but it turns out people are being generous. So
I'll give 1 to Cecilia and 1 to Kayla, and mark that off on my thing.
Okay. Is that it, Rhiannon? You want to tell us more?
One more thing. She's got the letter from Marcelea that she has to deal with, but she can't deal with it right now, and she doesn't really want it on her person. So what she's going to do is she's going to go to her bank, and she's going to write a quick letter to her father, sort of like saying, yeah, I love you, and I'm going to do some dangerous stuff, and don't listen to like everything that Marcelea says about like what it was about, but it was worth it. And yeah, and then like fold up that letter, put the Marcelea one with it, and tell them like send it if she doesn't come back tomorrow, to like tell them not to send it, and leave the money for the postage, etc., for their trouble. So now she's going to be outfitted. She's going to have potion, any spell components she needs, all that. We're good. We look great. This will help her stay calm.
Okay, great. So maybe we can go to Cecilia would be a logical transition.
So this was not my original plan, because Cecilia just kind of slink along after you. Because I think Cecilia is going to try and convince herself this is no big deal. This is not dangerous. We're totally fine.
Do you want a letter at Artemisia's bank? She'll offer.
Do I want a what?
A letter to leave for somebody to send if you don't come back tomorrow.
Why would I need that? We're coming back tomorrow. I think that a good way to channel that need for pretending this is all normal is to try and calm Artemisia down by being irreverent and trying on things that don't go together.
That will distract her very effectively.
But I will buy an extra healing potion, so I have 2. And I think Cecilia is going to go ahead and splash out for that potion of bark skin, whether she uses it tonight or not.
Good
But
call.
nobody else, she's not going to let Artemisia see her buy that.
Okay.
She's just gonna think that you suddenly have really dry skin. She's gonna be really concerned
Probably.
about you.
You need the face creams. She can
Yeah.
show you the right ones.
I didn't even drink it yet, rude.
What did you do with Sarchin?
I don't know. He's his own person.
All
What's
right. Well,
doing?
he follows you around unless you have eluded him in some way.
I don't feel like Cecilia is going to make an effort for this one way or another. Also, practicing the Pact Blade, now that she can do that trick with using her core rage at the world, she's going to experiment with things, and she has figured out how to make it come out as a great axe, which is pretty freaking cool. It looks
That's pretty
slightly
cool.
ridiculous. But she can swing it. She has managed to swing it, and she's thinking this might be what she does for a bit, because it's very intimidating.
Cool. All right. Who would like to go next?
I can go next if nobody else wants to.
Okay, Stong.
Okay, so Stong's daughter and some of the other people were teleported to the other dimension with Briarhouse, so that left him a little freaked out. And so in order to calm himself down, he had to go and do some tasks that made him feel better. So that included like going and looking at all the dead bodies that were left in the Twilight Knight's wake, and then
Very
hiring
calming.
people. Yeah, well, hiring people to bury them and
yeah.
figuring out who they are, and like letting their families know that that their loved ones, were unfortunate victims. Uh-oh, we had somebody drop for a moment.
Sorry.
Oh,
Sorry, I accidentally clicked a thing.
Uh-oh.
There was
it's
one
okay.
thing, but it's fixed. Is it?
Well, our nameplates are swapped around.
I'm so sorry,
I will
guys.
deal with
that was
that.
entirely me.
Oh, it's okay. We'll deal with that like in the future. So now suddenly it's a doppelganger episode. So when he goes and sees like dead Cecilia, like the fake dead Cecilia, this is like his first time actually seeing it, and you see like he is actually like sort of breaks down. Nobody else is around to see this, so he sort of like lets himself like have this moment where he begins to like cry these really large, fat, loud tears. And Stong is not a pretty crier, so there's like some snot coming out of his nose, and like the tears are streaming, and he like takes his hair and the little ribbon that's on the end of one of his braids, and he uses it to like wipe his eyes, and then he uses the other braid to like wipe his nose, and then he fetches the local constable and gets them to take care of this body. Afterwards, he also takes part in some retail therapy, and he goes and buys some scrolls. He buys one of Slow, and he buys one of Tiny Hut, because he would like to protect his friends. And he goes to a couple of the taverns to see if there's any bards that are willing to be hired for an odd job.
Well, there are several bards, but none of them are all that powerful.
Okay, so never mind.
Apparently, there was some kind of scourge that swept through and eliminated many of the bards
Oops.
and the upcoming talent in the city.
Whoops. Well, so moving on from that, all right. So the last thing he does before the fight is like just the next day he would like to send a sending to Charity in the other house and just make sure that everybody's like still okay.
Yep. The message that you get back is again from Charity. It says, yeah, we're doing okay. The children still want to go explore. The mist has gotten a little darker, but nothing has changed, and we haven't seen anything out in the mist.
Okay. So he feels a little better. He promises to take care of them, to go find them once they take care of the Twilight Knight.
Okay. Sturge, tell us about what you did in preparation for this this thing that's going down. The challenge that you have issued.
Oh, you're muted.
Is he still muted? Oh,
There we
there he
go.
is.
I'm good.
All right.
I muted myself to help everyone else's audio out. Because I think that's a thing. But Sturge has busied himself with stirring the hornet's nest all day long. He is giving street corner performances with mage hand puppets and prestidigitation, basically outing the night masks and their vampire masters. And if this basically saying, if you all think that your city is no longer ruled by vampires, maybe not ruled, but they're still here. And if you haven't noticed all these dead bodies sitting around in grotesque little displays, well, you haven't been paying attention. But he does it in a funny way, and in a way to make any night masks who are walking down the street pretending they're not night masks just burn with shame and anger. He also does disguise self to make himself into a mocking version of like a really dorky Twilight Knight and do ridiculous things and try to be fancy but actually really inept, that kind of stuff.
Whatever you can do to antagonize. Yeah, I get it.
Okay, so he does that, but he's also inside, he's actually pretty freaking scared because he knows how we got that Duchess of Darkness just out of luck. And but nevertheless, this had to be done, and so by going into his actor personas, he's able to kind of set aside his actual fear. And when he's done doing that, and he goes and he buys a potion of invisibility, and he tries to center himself by smoking a lot of long bottom leaf and strolling around the town, he drops all his savings on a bet on himself in the arena. Because hell, if he's gonna die, who cares if he's got any money? But if he lives, hey, this could really cash in. So he's got like 300 gold. He's gonna drop that in there.
I see.
And let's see. The other thing I wanted to say, he does. He's not going to. Once he gets into the arena, he's not going to be all vicious mockery. He's going to be straight business. This is about surviving now. If there's a reason to perform, he will. If he thinks he can make the vampires make a bad move because he makes them angry, he will. But otherwise, he thinks that the mocking is done and it's time to prove it. That's all. He's got two things he's going to do before he steps into the arena. He's going to drink the potion of invisibility, and he's going to cast Longstrider at 2nd level and put a hand on Stong's shoulder and say, "This is going to make you really fast."
Ooh.
Can you feel it? Can you feel it?
Eric, what does Stong feel?
You feel a certain injection of energy and magical power that's driving you to step a little farther every time you take a step. And over the course of moving your normal amount of movement, you will have moved an additional, 5 feet? Is it 10 feet? 10 feet.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So
Awesome.
all your movement speeds increase by 10 feet is what it is.
Nice.
Thank you.
As long as the spell is operative. How long does it last?
It lasts an hour.
It lasts
1
an hour. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is the time leading up until the actual fight, I guess.
Yeah, we're right there, about to go out there.
Okay.
And
Yes, the sun is starting to dip down. But before we get to the fight, Calith. What did Calith get up to in this last day? I mean, the last day before the fight.
Her last days. Well, Calith is pretty sure she's gonna die. If her last fights were any indication, she's just gonna go down right at the start. So she's kind of setting some of her affairs in order. First of all, she's going to prepare to try her best not to die. And that means going and what was it? Oh yeah, she wants to get a hold of holy water if she can. And then she's gonna go to Aiden and ask if she can borrow a couple of his corpses.
He says, "Well, of course.
I feel like in necromancer
Anything
terms,
for you."
I feel like in necromancer terms, you just let him put his toothbrush in your bathroom.
Yeah, he seems touched.
So also, I just want you to know, if I die, you can have my corpse.
Aww.
What?
But
that is so sweet.
I'm touched. Do you want me to do anything in particular with it? Or no, I should ask.
Okay.
No, the first
Where's
question
that
should
town
be,
crier?
is there anything you don't want me to do?
That's just as bad.
Yeah. Some answers
Just-
to that.
Just don't make me do a funny dance. I'm never a good dancer in real life either. I would hate to think I'm a better dancer when I'm dead than when I was alive.
It's so rare one comes across winged humanoid corpses. You don't understand how amazing this is. I mean, I hope you don't die. I really do.
Yeah.
This is so sweet and so gross. It's so weird.
But I've been working on a way to assist you, actually.
Oh.
Yes. But it depends. See, my researches have led to two different directions. One, it depends on the circumstances. Do you anticipate fighting only the one enemy, or do you anticipate fighting numerous enemies?
I think numerous is
You think numerous
safe
enemies?
bet.
Okay, like a horde of undead creatures. Do you think?
Possibly, yes.
Okay. In that case, you should bring me along with you, and I can assist you if such a thing were to transpire.
Okay. I was gonna shove the corpses into Sturge's sack. Did you want to go in the sack too?
Wait, you're asking him to join you in the sack?
Well, there's only so much air one can breathe in that sack, so I will just I will do the sleeping death maneuver.
Sounds good. Just don't
Remember from that time in Candlekeep? That kind of thing. He casts a spell and then immediately keels over dead.
seemingly dead.
Good times.
Seemingly dead.
Mostly dead.
So you can put him in the sack if you want to.
Oh, I guess I don't need to shove any corpses into Sturge's sack. Then I can just shove them all into Aiden's.
That's true. You could take Aiden's sack.
All right, I guess.
Of corpses.
I think you already have taken
Corpses,
in sack.
yes.
Say, how many
Wow.
times are you going to say sack? before someone asks?
So Kayla shows up at the Quivering Thumb arena holding this
Sack.
bag of holding over her shoulder.
Yeah, we could say that word without
Say-
giggling. Sure,
Also,
we can.
I forgot to mention. Oh, sorry. I forgot to mention too. Of course, at the start of the day, I did my inspiring leader, sermon to you all about life and how to embrace the importance of life as we face death. And so you all get 8 additional temporary hit points.
Now,
Nice.
when you
Oh,
say
nice.
you all, how many people does that affect?
As far as I know, everyone. Inspiring.
Even the seemingly dead ones in a sack.
It's been a while since we've looked at it. Sorry, I think, yeah. Well,
So you stayed awake this
it was in the
time.
morning. Oh, did you? I paid attention.
That is the only indication that she may not be quite as sanguine about this.
Yeah.
So is
10
Caleb
minutes
actually
each.
able to get any holy water?
Yes, you can purchase vials of holy water for 25 gold pieces each.
Cheaper than the healing
Oh.
potion.
Gold,
Yeah.
huh?
And I feel
Less,
like we should
less
have
effective than
rigged
the
a
healing
trap
potion.
of like holy water,
She can afford
like
3.
spun around a circle we dug or something. I don't know.
Well,
So
just
she has
balance
three
balance it on
activated
the
waters.
door. There are no doors in the arena, but somewhere find a door, put the bucket on it, then it falls down.
Yep, there you go.
Like
Oh, I forgot.
throw
we're
it
sub-
into the air and then shoot it with an arrow. Shower.
You actually
Alright.
get nine temporary hit points. Sorry, I forgot I
Oh.
leveled up.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Oh
all the better.
man, I had just added it to my notes for everybody. Okay, fine.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'll just replace it. Okay, so you are making your way to the arena. The sun is setting in the west, and the battle is set to commence at dusk. At least that's what the flyer said. There are a huge number of people gathered around outside the arena, but for some reason, there's a commotion about at the entrance as to whether people can actually get inside or not. And you find your old friend Levia from the Eye of Justice and a number of Eye of Justice knights trying to keep people from going inside. What
Why?
do you want to do?
I think it's
Sneak in
probably.
the back.
I think it's probably wise to keep people out because they'll just end up collateral damage potentially.
Yeah, Levia is trying to convince people that it is not safe and they are risking certain death if they enter this arena if an actual battle commences. To which the owners of the Quivering Thumb are like, yeah, perfect. Let's go inside.
I mean,
This is
they just
ideal.
live in a city of gangs and vampires. I feel like they're kind of open to this risk.
So you think
repeat business, not the.
you think you could probably push them one way or another, or you could just sneak around the back and not intervene at all. What would you like to do?
Talking people into things.
Okay, other question. Did you bring Sarshan with you?
Yes.
Okay, Sarshan is there, hanging out near
and
Cecilia. And Jigs is also there. Yep. So Sarshan and
Everybody.
Jigs are both there. And you brought Aiden, although only Caleb knows that you brought Aiden.
It's probably better you didn't tell us.
For new viewers, Sarshan is like a wolf knight. He's this ragged, crazy
right.
elf, wild elf.
Yeah.
And then Tolf.
Feels very, very protective of Cecilia. And
I did not ask him to do that.
He
right.
doesn't wear shirts either. He never wears
Not unless he's
Ask him to do
reminded.
that.
Artemisia is working on him. Whenever.
Artemisia might have asked him to do that.
Well,
Except,
Boiling
he
him
came knowing to do it. So
Well, I think
Artemisia is all for sneaking around and not.
I think so too. I think
Yeah.
that the owners of the arena, I mean, they've got a mob there. They
you could talk,
they want it
but
to
I
happen.
could convince Levia that it's a good idea.
No, go for it. Go for it. I'm good.
I can try. If nothing else, I'll be distracting her while you guys sneak around the back.
true.
Okay. Cecilia, you and Sarshan go up to talk to Levia. Sarshan is just kind of hanging out because, he's just hanging out near you. He won't do anything unless you ask him to. Or he sees the perfect opportunity.
That's fair.
So Levia sees
He's
you.
not my pet.
Yeah. Levia sees you. And she goes, "Oh, so you are going through this crazy stunt.
What do you mean crazy stunt? We're just helping you out.
You're helping me out."
We're helping everybody out.
She looks around at the chaos around the arena and she's like, "It doesn't seem like you're helping me."
Listen, this guy, this Twilight Knight guy, how long has it been? Have you caught him? He's been around a while. Just, wreaking havoc. Do you
That
like
is-
that? Are you into
is
that?
true. No, obviously not.
So
Ooh,
here,
persuasion.
we're going to fight him. We're going to take him out.
We could
If
use
there's
some
people
crowd
around,
support.
night masks aren't stupid. They're not going to bring a whole army in because then they stand a chance of losing more people. This
You
guy,
really-
he's got a point to prove.
You truly think this is going to work?
Absolutely.
Make a persuasion check.
That is a 25.
Oh
Bam!
goodness.
Cecilia put a lot of points into charisma.
Yes.
The word kind of charisma.
So Levia is she looks at you for a second and then she's like, "My gods, you really believe this will work?"
You know what? If it doesn't work, we're out of your hair. We've already softened him up. You can come in and deal with him, and everybody will see it happen.
Well,
Oh.
you have convinced me that there might actually be a chance.
Wow.
Of course, there's a chance. Why would we do this if there wasn't a chance?
Why do you,
we don't just
why,
walk into, certain death. Nobody.
Why do you folk do anything? Sarshan is like, she has a point.
Sarshan, shush.
Yes. Yes, said Celia.
So, can we go on in?
Levia says, "By all means."
Yes. Cecilia feels she's already won.
Edric, take this coin. She tosses a bag of coin to her lieutenant. And she says, "Put this on Cecilia, please." And Edric's like, "Gambling? Gambling?" And
Yes, Edric, gambling.
Levia smiles at you and says, "Don't lose me that coin."
If I do, I'll be dead, so it won't bother me.
I see we understand each other. And then the crowd is like, "Yes, Cecilia, woo!" And they're shouts of Cecilia, Cecilia. People in
Cecilia
West
does not know what to do with
do
that.
awful chants. There are a couple of folk who have put together a large sheet of hard paper board like you would get with a broadsheet that says "Setsi marry me" on it.
No.
Wow.
Sarshan,
Yeah,
can you
fans.
deal with that?
And Sarshan says, "What does that mean?" as you're dragging him into the
It means it.
Okay. So you were all in the arena. It is dark and cold, but the rain that has fallen earlier in the day has passed, leaving it kind of misty and wet. Mist slips around your ankles as you walk out into the slightly muddy sands.
Gross.
It seems
this
that
choice.
after that discussion at the gate, they have permitted people to go in, and they are starting to fill up the stands.
Nice.
Hope this is not a bad choice.
Good job.
What could go wrong?
Stone,
Yeah.
Stone
go
would
ahead.
like to look at his friends, and he looks at the people in the stands, and he frowns, and he says, "I don't like the idea of these innocent people getting hurt. Do you think that if they don't provide us with any benefit, maybe we should actually figure out a way to chase them out?"
Oh, benefit. My friend, the audience. How can you, a bard, not sense the value of audience, to inspire you, to give you heart, to give you courage, to give you purpose? Come, fear not, my friend, my great, hairy, strong friend.
So you are standing in this oddly shaped arena. Yang Yang, would you like to show us the map, please?
All right. So I have an overall view of the map. This is what it looks like. And then I have the zoom in version.
Ta-da! Yes, indeed, we are using Roll20 on the stream. Haha, it's amazing. So hopefully this will go well. All right, please forgive any technical difficulties in advance. Okay, so you're standing there in the arena, and this dark area that's the stands. People are filling the stands, and like hundreds or even thousands of people are filling the stands, looking down upon you. And you're starting to be filled with this energy about what's coming.
Is this the biggest crowd we've ever seen in the stands?
It is. It is the biggest crowd you have ever seen in the stands. There are 4 entrances to the arena, as you can see on the 4 walls. You came through the one in the north. And as you're standing there looking around, kind of bringing in the appreciation and taking in the spectacle, the entrance to the south grinds open. And words disappear, conversations fall silent, and a figure steps out onto the sands. I don't know if Yang Yang is showing you this. He probably is. A dark figure, all in armor, wielding a black scorched shield, upon which is stenciled some kind of symbol, and wielding a sword that flickers with silvery flame. He's dragging the sword along the sands. It makes this rattling, rasping sound.
It's not Vindicator, is it?
It is. You can tell from a distance.
Damn it.
So Shadowbane's supposed to be safekeeping that sword. So obviously something's happened to Shadowbane.
As the figure comes closer, you can make perception checks to determine something about said individual. Roll them in Roll20 if you want. But you don't have to. You can roll your own individual dice. It's just cool to see the dice on the screen.
I rolled a 21 with my own dice before I remembered to click the roll 21, so I would like to keep this one.
Only got 9.
I'm old school. I got 6 on my die.
Okay.
15.
Okay, anyone who got over a 15, you see the symbol drawn on his shield in red. It looks like bright, shiny blood, in fact. Appears to be the scales of justice.
Judgment.
So it is Shadowbane, or is this someone on the far side of the
I
arena?
feel
or-
like this is
Yes.
the Twilight Knight mocking us by
No,
being
he wants
Shadowbane.
to
He
say
is walking toward you.
I'm going to prestidigitate. Wait.
He's now in the middle of the
No.
arena.
I
Sort of
cast
the middle
bless
south
on the.
side.
By the way, I'm gonna cast bless on the group.
Well, we're now in initiative. So
Okay.
the Twilight Knight, as it were, is here in more or less the center, and he's just walking toward you, seemingly heedless of anything that you're doing. Sarshan is actually at 18 initiative. He looks to Cecilia for guidance. Do you give him any sign of what he should do?
20. Don't forget.
He should. I don't, because I'm not 100% sure this isn't Shadowbane, but I think it's probably Twilight Knight mocking us, and so I'm inclined to say attack him. And if someone else knows differently, they can stop that. So, Sarshan.
Okay.
That's the bad guy.
All right. Sarshan moves over in front of Cecilia, and he prepares to make some sort of attack. Okay. And actually, Rogar, you did remind me that your initiative was higher than what I had listed, so you go next.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
I'll cast bless. So, all right. So I say, verbal, somatic, no material. That's best. For 1 minute next, you all are blessed. A light comes down and flows from me and pulls over you gently, like a warm spring sun.
Rogar just makes his pose and he says, #be blessed.
Hashtag be blessed. Exactly. Yeah, so you get +4 to attack and save rolls.
What's the range on the bless?
30 feet.
Everyone within 30 feet of you?
Aye.
Okay, well, Sturge is outside that range, so it does not apply to Sturge.
It's
Okay.
okay. I didn't want a shower of sparkles on me revealing my location anyway.
That's fair.
That's fair enough. Okay. All right. Artemisia.
Well, if we're attacking, I'm looking at my path for certain spells that might come out in a line. I think for now, while we're all bunched up around here, I'm just gonna go with good old magic missile, because then I'm not worrying about like everybody in front of me. I'll let people disperse a little first.
Okay.
And I will attempt to use roll 20 for my dice.
All right, let's see it happen.
Does that work? Yeah, okay.
I turned off virtual dice on my side, so none of the viewers will see it, unfortunately.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
no, that's fine. It means that I won't have to add up as quickly.
All right.
15. Bam.
So you launch magic missiles streaming across the intervening space.
Little like mini little, not lightning bolts, because it's not lightning damage, but like they are the color of lightning, and they're little sort of like little ball lightning kind of looking little guys. Go. Pew.
All right. So the magic missiles fly out and they strike the approaching figure, who flinches back and is obviously hit by this force, but keeps on coming. All right. Stong. Feel free to move your tokens as well if you want to move, but it's Stong's turn.
Okay, let me see. How far away are we from this person? 45. So, I think Stong wants to move over here and then cast heat armor or heat metal.
Okay.
Sweet.
So heat metal is going to affect any metal item, such as a suit of heavy or metal armor, and the object glows red hot. And any creature in physical contact with that object takes 2d8 fire damage. and it must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or drop the object.
Okay.
I really wish there was a cantrip turn underwear to metal or something.
Uh,
Right before that, and then
That would-
Of
yes.
limited
That's
utility, but
Yes.
when you need it, you need it.
I-
Okay. So the armor of the Twilight Knight heats up to this cherry red, and you can smell sizzling, burning flesh. But he keeps coming.
Okay.
Sturge.
Whoa.
I'm beginning to suspect this isn't you.
Is there a is the door still open at the other end in the south?
Yeah, it's slightly open. He didn't close it behind him.
Okay. I'm going to invisibly and with my boots of elven kind move.
Invisibly in what way?
Oh, the potion.
Okay, you drink your invisibility potion.
Yeah.
Okay, you turn invisible.
Oh, I did this before. Yeah,
Okay.
I remember when I when I gave Stong the spell.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm just gonna position to here. Let's say
Okay.
here, and I'm going to hold action.
You can't hold action exactly. You can ready an action to do something, or you can
That's-
just end your turn and wait.
I'm going to be in defensive mode.
Okay, so you're going to take total defense.
Yeah,
Okay, that is itself an action, but does not break your invisibility.
right.
Okay, Cecilia, your turn.
I think that I'm going to go ahead and cast Sickening Radiance.
Okay,
So
where are you going to cast that? Go ahead and draw it on the map.
okay, let me see. I'm going to put it in front of Sarshan.
That's
Not
probably
on
a good idea.
Sarshan.
Probably a good, yeah.
Where's that? Okay, wait, sorry.
Say
bear with me, folks.
15-foot radius, is that what it is?
30.
30, wow, that's pretty
Wait.
big.
I mean, we're not
Yes,
even sure
30.
if this is the Twilight Knight, right? So
That's my thing. I mean, can we talk?
Okay.
it seems to be taking all our spells.
Exactly. I suspect he's like
Okay,
put a zombie in a suit of.
Oh yeah,
my
30 foot,
apologies. It
30
is
foot
not
radius.
nicely on the grid like it should be, but I'll get better at this.
That's only a
So-
15-foot radius.
Are you serious? It's a
Yes,
radius,
it's that-
not
Yeah, 30-foot radius.
my geometry teacher
Oh
would be
my
so
goodness, that's
mad at
huge.
me.
I mean, if you
Huge
want to,
You're like, it's
I'll
okay.
allow you to make it smaller.
Oh, okay.
Like, I guess rules as written, that's not really a thing, but you know, if you want to,
Okay,
You're so generous.
aren't I? I think so.
okay. Where was it?
Would you like me to draw it, and you
I
can
got it.
just you
Maybe
can just
I'm-
approve?
You can draw it.
Hold
Folks
down
at
your-
home, I have a Macintosh and it does not play very nicely with Roll20, and I'm having a hard time moving the screen and my thing
Okay,
at the
so
same
there's the 30-foot
time.
radius.
Cecilia, so like hold your pointer down, just right click and just hold it. Click
I
down.
know,
and it'll
like
make a-
I have a mouse pad, so to like do it, I'm like doing like 3 fingers, and it's moving
Oh.
very slowly. So we'll
I'll
go ahead
just-
and let Eric make
Oh.
the thing.
I was just saying
we
to,
can move
to
on.
indicate the center of where you want it, then he
6,
can
The
draw
center?
it.
9, 12. How about that?
Okay. Cool. Looks great. I do that. So dim kind of light spreads. It's got a reddish tint, like old blood.
I seem
And
to
it
be
rolls out
incapable
from the center.
of. Let's see. Yes, I seem to be incapable of removing that pink circle. So
Sorry, so am I.
wait. Here we go. There we
There
go.
we
I
go.
got it. I got it.
There's that little rectangle too.
It's the
Oh,
eerie
yeah.
red light I described. That's what that was.
Yeah. Yeah. Clearly Randy is fooling on us. Okay, here we
Yeah.
go. So
All right.
you create the sickening radiance,
Yes.
and and you said it was indeed red, or it's green.
Well, the thing is actually the actual description is green, but because this power comes from Rashomon and being a witch, it has a reddish tint because
Okay.
blood is involved in that.
Because
Whoa!
Huge thing of blood. Okay.
Whoa.
reasons.
So it's red. All right.
It's red. Use your minds,
So
people.
red.
Imagination.
I
So the
could just turn it
air
red.
is-
It's fine.
That works too. Cool.
Is it like a red light in that
It is
area?
a dim red light. And for the
cool.
record, if anybody in that effect thought about being invisible,
Yep.
you can't turn invisible.
I would not
Ooh,
want
nice.
to go in that. I've seen what it does.
The red light washes over the armored figure, who is already glowing red with heat, bathing his shape and proportions in this terrifying light,
Twilight.
where
Why don't you
no
put on the light?
where no deceptions can dwell. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And I hate liars. That's
Jigs'
definitely true.
turn. Jigs
Wait,
is
doesn't that do
going to come.
damage?
It doesn't
It
do
started.
damage until
Doesn't-
his turn starts.
Yeah, it doesn't immediately do damage. Jigs, which you can see right here, moves over to Cecilia and growls in a warding sort of way. Then it's Kayla's turn. Kaylith, what do you do?
Aelith is going to detect thoughts on the figure.
Okay,
Oh, nice.
so you cast Detect Thoughts. And as you might recall, Detect Thoughts picks up all the surface area conversations, all the surface thoughts of everyone nearby you. And so it's kind of this cacophony of thoughts. Since there are thousands of people near you, that is like listening to a very loud, very discordant symphony. As though all those people were cheering really loudly, but you're just hearing their thoughts.
Can I
Some of
focus
them
in?
are like, wow, what's going on? Who is that? Oh, is he coming? Is that really the Twilight Knight? Is he, wow, is he invulnerable? Is he a god? I hope he's a god. This will be amazing. Anyway, but you want to focus on the Twilight Knight's thoughts specifically?
Yes.
Okay. He is going to make a saving throw. You do not detect any thoughts.
Oh, dang.
Just
Hmm.
thinking
Okay.
hard about not thinking.
So then it is the Twilight Knight's turn, and he is going to continue coming. He
Okay.
does take some damage, although there's a saving throw
So,
involved, I believe,
yes,
right?
he has to make a Constitution saving throw of 17.
Okay. Just gonna check something real fast. And I'm pretty sure that is not a success. So he takes however much damage it does.
4d10
Okay.
radiant damage. Okay, 10, 15. And he takes 1 level of exhaustion. And now
Okay.
he's glow. Oh, I'm so sorry. He did not have an invisibility problem before, but now he does. Now he's glowing.
Okay. Yep. So he's glowing with heat and he's glowing with light. And he still comes closer. And when he gets to that space, Sarshan hits him with a sword. So
Go Sarshan. Go Sarshan.
Oh my god. I hope this is like not one of our good friends or something that's being controlled.
the sword just kind of bounces off his armor.
Okay.
Oh, it would be Shadowbane under control.
And the knight continues walking this direction past Sarshan. Sarshan is going
What?
to opportunity attack him as well. Oh, okay.
Oh my god.
220.
Sarshan crit him
Amazing.
Double
with the
20.
opportunity attack. Well, this is what happens. The knight comes forward and he seems to be walking toward Rogar, and he reaches out with the sword, kind of like lifting it, dragging from the sand, and kind of points it toward Rogar. And at that point, Sarshan chops his arm off,
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
which falls into the sand. The sword strikes the sand down, and the flames start guttering out. And then this heap of melted metal and slag kind of like falls down to one knee and is still sort of making its way toward Rogar, but doesn't have any more movement. Rogar, what do you do?
It's not a
Your turn.
living
God.
creature, is it?
Woo, game
Is
over.
this
Thanks
Rhett?
everyone for coming in.
Yeah.
I think we've made a horrible
was
mistake.
Yeah. Is this Rhett?
It did.
Oh my
It doesn't
God.
think. No.
So,
Wait. It rolled a 2 against the detect
Eric.
thoughts.
Eric,
Well, it has
I-
Vindicator, so I'm thinking it might be like a controlled Shadow Bane at worst. But
Or Rhett, maybe?
Eric,
Is the arm bleeding?
Sturge was thinking that this was an illusion, just to suck up all her spells. So he's watching the back door there.
I see. Make a perception check.
All of us are.
No,
Steven, sorry.
just Steven.
Okay.
24.
Okay.
Oh wait, 9. Sorry, 9.
What? No, that's really
Not
different.
9, 24, so close.
There are
so
2
close.
die.
good
It
that
rolled
you're
2,
honest.
and it was the wrong
Yeah.
one.
Okay. So,
His
well,
passive perception's better than that.
you are looking for something that seems off, and your attention is drawn to something atop one of the nearby pillars.
Hmm.
So, Rogar, what action are you taking?
Well, for my bonus action, I'll say love hurts, love scars, love wounds, heart. And my spiritual weapon appears above me, the warhammer with the head of a heart, and it swings down at the figure. Totally misses. I got a 3. So, but you know that's okay because I'm pretty like, oh my god, what the hell is happening? And then so for my action, I'm gonna try and reach out and sense if this is Vindicator, and if so, try to like. I'm trying to remember how I like summoned it before from the person's hands, and I'll just.
Oh, you made a wisdom check.
Then we do a wisdom check. All right. Hopefully this is better than a 3. Come on. Maybe let's use a better dice. All right. That's it.
I'm looking for a
It's like
thing
dice
to
as well.
represent your spiritual weapon. Don't worry, I'll find something cool. Or I won't, and then I'll freehand it, and that'll look
Do
terrible.
it, doodle. It'll be great. It'll be charming. Tell them it's
Yes,
charming,
Beautiful
people in the
work of
chat.
art.
At 15 is what I got.
15 is what you got on the check?
Aye.
All right. Sure enough, the sword pulses with light and then vanishes from the ground and appears in your hand.
Oh.
All right.
So sure enough, that is indeed Vindicator.
Well, very good or very bad. Because Shadowbane should have control of this right now if he were able to.
And then you hear
that's my action.
mocking laughter.
Of course.
Oh,
He got us.
that's the worst kind of laughter.
It is. It really is. All right. So I am going to draw right here. Yes, it's coming.
And it's like, dun, dun,
It is Shadowgate. Sarshan's the one who chopped his hand off, so.
He's gonna be even more edgelord now.
Okay. There we go. There's the
The
item.
hammer. The hammer.
You all see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Charming.
Wow, it's so
I
beautiful.
think
Hammer of love.
I'm not sure if Roger can manipulate it, but you know. Anyway, if you just direct it, I will move it for you. Okay. Yes, you hear mocking laughter, and it's coming from atop one of the pillars near you.
Oh God.
Which one?
Us.
Ah.
Oh,
That one.
Of course.
Oh, he's
Oh,
got
look, he's got a little nameplate. Now we know
Yes.
it's him.
What a cool entrance.
Just look on the ground for his name.
His entrance was so much cooler than ours. No.
He's perched, he's crouched, his cloak flipping, like Batman.
song.
So,
Operation King Kong is a go.
so Rogar, as everyone is staring up at the Twilight Knight, you're looking at your hammer, which has bashed open the armored figure's helmet, and you see that it has the scorched, burned remains of Redagast's face.
Oh, that's not okay.
And then the real Twilight Knight perched atop one of those columns. The columns don't actually lead to any rooftop or anything. They're not supporting anything. They are 30 feet high.
So we can knock them down
You
Yes.
could theoretically
without
do that.
collapsing the city.
You could knock them down without collapsing the city. He says, "Ha, ha, ha. I have met your challenge, and I see that you have come ready to kill. Thank you for disposing of one whose existence tortured me for so long. Now I shall dispose of more whose existence tortures me." Or something suitably dramatic like that. And that is when shadows come boiling up out of the sands
Ugh.
around you.
Oh, crap.
Oh,
What?
what?
You bastard!
Yep. And then they start attacking you.
Well, shit.
Rude.
Well, shit. Okay, so here we go. I could roll in roll 20, but you know, we don't have it configured so people can see the dice. So I'm just going to roll here at home, and I'll tell you how it goes. So first, you have 2 attacking Artemisia.
Lucky me.
Lucky you. What is your armor class? Remind me.
16.
16. Oh, how fortunate you are. They only hit 15. Both of their rolls only hit 15. So that's good. That's good. It's going well so far, team. Okay. One attacks Caliph.
Yeah, shake your boyfriend out of the bag.
Also AC 15. Does that hit you?
That hits.
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
Don't forget you have +4 on your saving rolls and stuff too. God bless.
Oh wow. Okay.
I don't like it. Yeah. Don't like it when he says "wow" like that.
If
No, I'm just figuring out
like-
dice I'm supposed to be rolling. Don't worry about it.
if I go
It's all
down,
good.
someone open this bag and just shake it out. Only one of us needs to die today, not 2.
Okay. Caliph, you take 16 necrotic damage.
Cool.
Cool. Yeah.
Oh.
Your maximum hit points are also reduced by that amount.
Oh man.
So how does that work with the temporary hit points?
Oh, that's true. So the temporary hit points go away.
Okay.
So you really only took 7,
All right.
and your hit points are reduced by 7.
Okay. Still standing.
Still standing.
Count this as
There
a
we go. Okay, one of the shadowy things attacks Stong.
Bring it.
That is going to be a 17. Does that hit you?
Yes, it did. It
Oh.
brought it.
It did. Okay, it does 5 points of damage to you.
5. Okay.
So your temporary hit points are reduced.
Yes.
Oh, as you can see, Kayla, your temporary hit points have gone away. There we go. Okay. one of the shadow things attacks Rogar. And that is going to be a 21.
It
That
hits.
hits Rogar. Okay.
That hits Rogar. Yeah.
Okay. It wipes out your blessing. So the blessing of
What?
Sharinlar prevents you from taking any harm, but you are no longer blessed by. Well, not the bless spell. The temporary hit points.
Oh, okay,
Got it.
okay.
Okay.
Phew.
Sorry. Okay. Yeah.
So
The bless
I
is.
lose 9 points. Okay, gotcha.
Okay, one of the shadows attacks Cecilia. That is going to be a 21.
Jeez. These shadows.
What are these things?
They're rolling so good. They're lucky
Sar-
shadows. That's what they
Sarshan
are.
already used his reaction, so he can't defend you. Sorry.
And take my damage.
When you say shadows, is it like shadowy human-y figures, or is it shadow just like?
Yes, it's shadowy human figures.
Okay.
So that reduces your maximum hit points by 1. So you ended up taking 1 point of damage, and your maximum hit points go down by 1. Okay. This shadow here attacks Jigs.
Oh no, Jigs.
No, not Jigs.
No, not Jigs.
Definitely hit Jigs.
Oh, what? You leave the dog alone.
Okay. Does 8 points of damage to Jigs.
That shadow has no body and no heart.
That's pretty much true. And then this other shadow is going to come after Rogar. So here we go. 21. 12 necrotic damage. So
Barely
that
feel it.
reduces your hit points by 12.
Barely feel it, you bastard.
Okay. And that's it for them. Okay. All right. It is now the Twilight Knight's turn himself. What he is gonna do? What?
Does Rogar go before?
Not before the Twilight Knight himself. Well, oh yeah, you're right. Rogar, you get to go.
Nice.
Okay.
Sorry, the turn order is a little bit odd sometimes because I messed it up the first time. All right, Rogar, your
right.
turn.
I say, come forth, my guardians. Sharinlar, send your guardians down to protect me. And Randy, like Valkyrie-like dwarven guardians appear, spinning around me in this glowing white light. You all feel Sharinlar's blessing lifting off of you, evaporating, I'm afraid. But as it does, the spirit guardians are filling the area around me with radiant light that it does 3d8 radiant damage, or they can wisdom save for 1/2. Hope they're not
Okay.
very wise shadows.
Which creatures are you designated as unaffected by the spell?
Well, everybody I can see that is in my party, which I think I can see everybody. No one's really blocked by a column from my sight except for Stalkers.
You cannot see Sturge because Sturge is invisible.
I mean Sturge, I meant. Yes, right. So except for
Yes.
Sturge. So everybody basically, though, that's currently in the area of effect that might otherwise have been damaged, I do not. In my party, I do not, including Sarshan, including Jigs. And I don't know, I guess I can't see Aiden, so I can't see the bag, and the bag doesn't get hurt. So 3d8, right? Okay, 3d8. That's 12, 14 points of damage if all of the shadowy creatures take, unless they save, and then they take 7. The Valkyrie are smashing at the shadows with their spectral hammers and.
Okay. All right. So now that the spiritual guardians are there, so we knew that had to happen, obviously. So when a creature enters the area for the first time on its turn, it starts its turn there. It makes a wisdom save. Okay, here we go. So the Twilight Knight gets to go.
Is he just marching into the Valkyries?
No.
Oh.
Not the dead, the fake body, right? The Twilight Knight himself is going to do a different thing. Okay, he puts up his hand, and Vindicator vanishes from Rogar's hand and appears in his hand instead.
Battle of the Vindicator.
And he utters a prayer of denunciation to his god Hawar, the god of retribution.
Oh. I thought Shar was bad.
All creatures within 60 feet, which I believe would be all of you, that he can see, so that does not include Sturge. Let's make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Can he see Stong behind that other pillar? It looks like this pillar.
Yeah,
right?
he could. Yeah, he can see all of you, except for Sturge.
Yeah, so the blessing's no longer there? Is that what I heard?
Yeah, the blessing
Okay.
ended because he cast another concentration spell.
Sorry.
Wisdom, right?
No worries.
Wisdom save.
Okay.
Wisdom save.
Ooh.
Oh,
18?
Nice bonuses on wisdom saves.
17.
Okay. Has everybody done it?
Yes.
Okay. Everyone who got a 16 or higher. Okay.
Not
The dark energies of this prayer pass through you, leaving you a little bit shaken, and you feel listlessness settle over you, like fate is approaching, and you are doomed to meet
Kick
it.
his ass. Oh.
Yeah,
And this is if we got over a 16?
yeah. That's if you succeeded on the
I
save.
see.
I'm
Those
waiting
of you-
for
Wednesday.
Those of you who failed the save are
Yep.
filled with terror. You are frightened. Your speed is reduced to 0, and you cannot benefit from any increase to your speed. Okay.
Do half elves get advantage versus fear or anything?
Charmed.
Oh, just charm. Bummer.
Charmed, and you can't get put to sleep by magic.
Mm.
Right. Okay. So it is now Sarshan's turn. Sarshan is going to attempt to slay this shadow that's attacking Cecilia. And him. I mean, theoretically him as well. Right? It makes sense. All right. I'm going to try and figure out why his damage output is not working properly. Here we go.
His heart's not in it.
His heart's not in it.
Feeling listless.
His heart is 2 sizes too small.
Mm.
Wow.
He's like, I could be back in the frozen north, chasing rabbits or something.
Oh my goodness.
All right, here we go. Okay.
That's
So,
nice.
Dang!
all right,
He
so
rolled a
he
27.
did.
What?
Yeah. Well, he rolled an 18. He has a plus 9 to hit.
What? Amazing.
Okay, so he does hit that shadow, and he is going to smite it with his paladin-y powers. Did not roll super well, but that's okay. So it takes some damage. And then he's going to attack it again. I'll just use that second roll that I already rolled it twice, right? And he's going to hit it again. And he's going to do enough damage to slay that particular shadow.
Nice.
All right. So then it is Artemisia's turn. Artemisia, there are two shadows grasping at you. They're rising up out of the sand and they're grasping at you, right?
Yep. And she failed her save. So
Okay,
she's
so
real
she is
frightened right now.
frightened and cannot move.
What about Dimension Door? Does teleporting count as moving?
You can indeed do that, yes.
Because it would
That-
be kind of a waste. However,
Right.
other
Teleportation
side of that
teleportation
sickening
evades the it doesn't, it's not a movement speed, is what I'm saying.
okay.
So you could teleport away wherever you want to go.
On the other side of that sickening radiance effect I still have open. Get someone to chase you.
Actually, that's a really good idea.
We've discussed tactics with this thing. I'm just saying.
Cecilia, did you make a Constitution save when you got hit by the shadows to maintain your sickening radiance?
Oh, I didn't. But I did a nice roll. That is a 22.
Nice.
Okay, you successfully kept concentrating.
So yeah, she's gonna. I was gonna measure, but roll 20 is not working for me. So she's gonna go. As I scroll the map, pardon me, she's not actually there. Down south here to the other side of the sickening radiance.
Okay, so you're by the partly open door in the south of the area. Did you want to take anyone with you? Well, I guess you couldn't because they would have to be adjacent to you.
And also, they have to be smaller.
The same size.
Or
or smaller.
my size are smaller. Okay, so I could have taken somebody. So.
Okay. Yep. So you teleported down there. Do you do anything else?
Nope.
Okay. That makes it Stong's turn. Stong, you are in the area of the Spirit Guardians with, it looks like, one shadow attacking you.
Okay, so the Twilight Knight is still over here on top of the pillar.
He is over on top of the pillar. Yes.
And let's see, how tall are the pillars again?
30 feet.
So if I can move 40 feet now, and if I used a charge, that'd be about 80 feet. Yeah, I don't think I could quite reach him, unfortunately.
Could
You
knock the
could
pillar
run
over?
and try and jump up to attack him, I suppose. That is possible.
Uh,
Mario
or jump
Brothers
up onto the
strike.
pillar and then climb.
yeah, I'm thinking I kind of want to just like use my charger feet and like knock him off the pillar.
Knock the pillar?
No,
Oh.
knock the Twilight Knight off the pillar if I can.
Yeah, you could attempt to just shove somebody as your attack at the end of your charge because you have that feat. Yeah, you
Yeah.
could do that.
Okay, so let me just make one last measurement real quick. The
I think you'd
unfortunate
have to
thing,
jump that high in order to get, end up attacking him.
yeah. Too bad it is like right short of the sickening radiance, but I'm gonna try to get him a little bit closer. But all right, so I'm gonna charge sort of like from. Oof. So that's gonna provoke 1, 2. It looks like 2 attacks of opportunity from the shadows.
That's what it looks like to me as well.
Okay. All right, I take them.
Excellent. Here we go. So the first one, the one that you moved away from first, misses you. That shadow, it grasps for your foot, but you're moving away too fast. And then the one that you run past while ducking under the hammer of love,
Yes.
that one also misses you.
Oh,
Maybe
great.
it was occupied with the hammer of love.
Great. So I move through the dead one and then over to this person. Okay, so I have to make an athletics roll, you said?
Yes.
22.
Okay, so you're basically doing a high jump.
Yeah, a 30-foot high jump? Okay.
Or, well, you're kind of...
I do have that spell,
trying to
that
climb it?
Sturge.
Oh.
No, I'm trying to, like, basically...
Turbo boost.
Yeah, and then I can also probably use my, maybe, like, my sword as a crutch or something.
Just
Okay.
slam into it and knock it over. He said it's not load bearing. It's fine.
I could do that, too.
I'm gonna look up long strider real fast. 1 second. Okay. Chat,
much do you
talk
think you
amongst
actually
yourselves.
It's,
Just kidding.
Knock over a 30-foot pillar.
Here,
Ooh.
I'll display it.
Here,
I mean, it's stone, right?
Yeah,
I'm just going to roll my
but
strength check.
presumably it's the
roll your
fun fact.
roll your modifier. Yeah, roll your athletics check.
Oh!
Those-
So I rolled a 20.
What?
Yeah, and my
Really?
athletics is plus 11. So that's going to be a 31.
Oh boy.
Smash into the pillar.
the pillar.
Um,
If it's the stacked drum kind that I've forgotten the name of, like
Okay.
I mean, if they
Well-
wanted a sturdy pillar, they shouldn't have cheaped out when they were building.
Exactly.
I was gonna say that this shouldn't be possible, but you're magically enhanced. You're incredibly strong. Your strength is 20, right?
Yes.
And you got above a 30 on your athletics check.
I did.
I'm gonna say that you landed toward the top of the pillar, and then you kind of like scrambled up. Well, first of all, you slammed into the pillar hard enough to make the pillar rock backward,
Excellent.
and then you scrambled up right to the Twilight Knight.
Oh, awesome.
And you can make your attack on him if you would like.
Kick him off the edge.
Yeah, I think I kind of want to shove him just for now. It gets him further away from my friends, and it makes him look real bad in front of the crowd.
we gotta mention that area fact.
Hold on to
And then
his
you got a
foot as you
showboat.
shove him. So
Yeah.
you like totally awkward fall.
So,
Okay. Go ahead and
I
make
have
a
a
attack.
line to him right now, so don't shove him outside of my.
okay, I'm going to shove him to the upper left. So I'm going to shove him right here.
Okay.
You hear Knobs screaming,
see
"Smashing
nothing in
basher!
it."
Smashing basher!"
Roll an attack, please.
Oh. So that's going to be a 9 plus... 9 plus 8, so 17.
That does not hit him.
Oh my
Oh.
god, no!
So you
Is he
landed on the
off
pillar.
balance at all because of the pillar shaking?
Okay, you landed on the pillar. You smashed into the pillar is now leaning backward, and he just kind of twists out of the way of your charge.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Yeah, and the pillar is now starting to shake, and he looks at you and he says, "Ah, yes, the chariot first." And then he raises the sword as though to chop you down. Okay,
Oh man.
so Sturge, your turn.
I don't like what he's about to do.
You mean chop your friend?
Yeah. Bad night. Bad.
Oh, actually, in fact, he does get an attack on your friend there
What?
What?
because he does have legendary actions. So
Oh,
here we
Kinda
go.
loud.
Yeah, I know, right? Okay, here we go.
It's almost like this was like an epic boss battle or something.
All right, 21 AC. I assume that hits you.
Just a little bit. You know,
Just
he
a
barely
little
hits
bit.
me. Yeah, I have a 16 AC. Okay.
Only
What's
thing
this
worse
damage?
than
You
aim.
still only got the weapon in one hand, though. It flares with black, grayish black flame as it strikes you.
Oh man.
No, that could have been worse. He does 13 points of damage to you.
Okay.
Okay,
Could've been worse.
hold on. 18 points of damage to you.
Wait, just in.
So by the math on here, that means that your temporary HP has gone away
Yep.
and you are down to 54.
Yep.
Okay. Now it is Sturge's turn.
Okay. So,
Well put.
so
A
Stong
needle
is,
pulling thread.
Stong is hanging by his fingers on the top of the.
Well, Song is kind of standing on top of the pillar next to the Twilight Knight.
Oh, standing?
Yeah. Well, he's kind
Wow.
of crouched and
Did you miss that epic
maintaining
jump?
his balance.
Well, I did.
We're
not
all
know.
gawping at it.
Okay. Jesus. Well,
Sturge is making a perception check in a different direction.
well, Sturge is going to. Is this guy? How's he dressed? I didn't get a description of, or I didn't catch the description.
The Twilight Knight? I
Yeah.
didn't describe it because he was just wearing like a black cloak.
Mhm.
But now that he's thrown his cloak back dramatically, because, you know, obviously, he's wearing studded black leather armor.
Mhm. And does he have gear?
Does he have what?
Are you shopping? Are you shopping right now?
No.
Retail
He's
therapy.
He's holding this sword that's glowing with black flame.
That's it.
Does that
Just-
count? Well, he
he
has
just
a
came up-
cloak and he has the suit of armor.
He's not. He doesn't have a medallion or a fancy belt or anything like that.
He's 30 feet up and a little ways away and in the middle of combat. You
Okay.
cannot rifle through his pockets with
I
your
don't want to
eyes.
rifle, but if I could relieve him of an important talisman,
You
that
don't
would
see
be-
anything obvious like that. Oh,
Okay.
unless you want to make a perception check.
well, yes, I do.
All right, make a perception check.
Let's see how he does this time.
Oh, Steven.
Do I see shiny?
Did
I like that if
16.
Sturge is nothing. If Sturge is nothing else, he is consistent.
Okay, he is wearing bracers of some kind. They're spiked, studded bracers.
Like metal bracers.
Yeah, like
Like
blasted
metal.
black metal van braces that he's wearing.
Oh, okay. And I see. All right, bracers. Not hard to get those off. All right.
Gold
Well,
first, loot later.
no, I'm not.
Yes.
Look, you guys, you don't even. You don't get it.
It's a
Obviously.
tactical looting.
Yeah.
Hey, all right, keep it moving.
All right, I'm going to. Stink. Well, maybe my invisibility has done all that it can do to help me at this point.
Well, you still seem to be hidden from the Twilight Knight as well as you can tell,
Mhm.
and that is a valuable thing.
Yeah, I just really want to get a punch in on him, so I'm gonna be here where I know I'm out of. Am I aware of Rhiannon's?
All right, so Sturge scurries past under the leaning tower to another column.
Can I encourage it to fall? Is it leaning enough that if I exert some puny effort on it, it'll?
If you exert your small amount of weight and strength on the pillar, will it fall over?
Yeah.
You could make a athletics check to try and push the pillar over. Yeah.
All right. I mean, the only reason it would even be possible is because Stong's already got it rocking.
Yeah.
I
If this
feel like
pillars are rocking, don't.
Oh.
knocking.
All right.
I
All
mean,
right.
roll
You
both
guys are
sides.
essentially in the same space now, so I'm just gonna put you in the same space.
I'm going
Super
there.
confusing.
I'm going
We're
to
best friends.
try. I'm going to try to time the rocking of it to. I get a 14 athletics.
You'd have to be on this side technically.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
So you jump up on the pillar, basically.
No, I'm not jumping up on it. I'm pushing at the base, at the low end. Is
You're
that
pushing
not-
at the base.
You'd want to try and push higher up, right?
Yeah, because
yeah.
there's no leverage if you're pushing at the base.
This week it's the physics stream.
Physics street.
Right.
Physics.
All right, all right. Yeah, I mean, I'll do that if it helps.
All right, so the pillar is now leaning over
Mhm.
at 60 degrees. Okay,
Whoa.
it's like
It's not gonna stay.
and
All right.
and
Here's the word
Sturge
problem.
Sturge starts climbing up on it with his
Yeah.
little
I
spidery
see.
body,
I see.
and the pillar goes just a little farther. Right.
Ah,
This
jump.
is a great cinematic moment. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, you have made the pillar lean farther, and you did that all just with your own weight, so it doesn't break the invisibility spell.
Okay, and so he's going to. So how far away from them am I?
Well, if you Since you have the cunning action, you can dash up the pillar and you can attack one
Ooh.
of them.
Oh, don't attack me, please. Thank you.
We can figure this out because
might
the
as well.
hypotenuse.
I'm going to.
Here's what I'm gonna do. Since the
No idea
terrain,
what you just said.
since the terrain has kind of changed, I am going to insert a pillar. Please do not interpret this poorly. Okay, here we go. Okay.
He said we can figure out how far he runs because the hypotenuse of the triangle.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Isn't there a capital on it? Shouldn't you put a capital on it? Like a little-
Steven.
See, this is obviously a mistake, and we'll get our stream immediately canceled and/or demonetized. All right, so
Okay.
I'm making the pillar only 15 feet because we're looking at it from above, and it
Gotcha.
hasn't leaned all the way down yet.
We're a 45.
So you're kind of in this conga line on the pillar.
Oh, that's some excellent on-the-fly drawing.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, so I'm going to move through my. I'm going to have sneak.
So
attacks.
you slip between Stong's legs and stab the Twilight Knight. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and roll.
Everywhere.
Why do I let them do these things?
I don't know. I mean, why do you assume that Stong stands with his legs in like a wide apart stance? Like, I don't know.
Hey, do I assume that Stong man spreads in the middle of combat? I don't know.
I just stand on top of the pillar, just
All right.
There's so many answers that we shouldn't say because
You are
As-
invisible, so
stream is
you
PG-13.
do have advantage. So go ahead and roll.
As part of the attack, booming blade.
So you're casting Booming Blade.
Yeah, no, it's not really. It's as part of the attack. It's not like as a bonus action. As part of the attack.
Your action is to
It's a
cast
cantrip,
Booming
isn't it?
Blade.
Yeah, and
Okay, and that prompts you to make an attack. That's how Booming Blade works.
okay.
Okay, it's fine.
So 26.
are you casting this with your rapier, Mr. Whippy?
Mr. Whippy.
Oh man.
Mr. Whippy is making a little strike.
Okay, you
Oh,
hit.
man.
You hit him.
All right.
Oh,
so
nice.
that's it only does 6 damage, but the sneak attack.
Well, you
part,
can. Yeah, the sneak attack.
Sneak attack does 8, so it's 14. God, those are crappy rolls. 14 damage, and then there's the booming energy starts to shudder around him and make his nostrils flare and his ears wiggle and his hair rise up like someone shocked him, but it's
Oh.
not that. And then
Okay.
and then Sturge says, "Oh, hello," and then he
Yeah, Sturge appears. The invisibility ends.
meet Mr. Whippy, and then he disengages and
You
uses
don't have enough actions to do that.
what?
No, you had to move, and then you had to dash to get up the pillar.
Oh, you
You
did.
did.
Tell me that.
Cunning
I
action.
did.
You
Yeah,
did.
You did.
He did.
I told you that very specifically.
Okay, all right.
Witnessed.
You'll have more movement if you
I
want to
did
just
not-
move
Excited.
away,
Yeah,
but you won't be able to disengage.
Oh, but he's far enough away from me that I can.
No, you had to
No.
be adjacent in order to attack him.
Okay, well then, in that case, I'm gonna move away anyway.
Okay.
Jump off
so-
the side.
He is going to attack
Oh
you.
my god.
Yeah.
It's not really a surprise.
Mr.
Okay. Yeah, he got a 25, so he grabs you.
He grabs me.
Oh yeah, he plucks you out of the air. He's like,
This
"You're
never
not
ends
going
well."
anywhere, magician."
Oh god.
This is most awkward.
Such an edgelord.
If this column were a door, Caliph would have shattered it already. I mean,
Yeah.
And
But she shattered the statue. So
is that
True.
the end of your turn? I think it's the end of your turn.
I
Yes.
believe that's all I can do.
Okay, so now you're basically hanging here in the air.
Sturge.
Yeah. At the end of your turn, he is going to
Drop you.
kiss you with his black, bleeding mouth.
Ew, 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 ew,
Oh,
ew,
man.
ew. You are so not sexy. This is not a sexy vampire. People!
Not a sparkly vampire.
Fortunately for you, he does not hit you.
Bad kisser.
Whoa.
Dodge out of the way.
Well, you're basically shaking on this
No,
on this
you
pillar.
don't understand. You don't understand. Sturge has a secret weapon. When people try to kiss him, he just turns straight on. And it's so
just the nose.
Oh no.
right in the eye.
Wow.
Somewhere, the town crier is sitting down to his nice meal with his nice family of smaller town criers. And they bring him the tea and they're like, here you go, Dada, here's the tea. And he's like, thank you, daughter. I shall. And then he's like, I am needed. And he runs outside and he hops on his horse and he starts galloping toward the arena. All right.
There.
Oh man, you are very lucky, Sturge. Maybe Stong like shook the pillar a little bit and it disrupted the would-be kiss of death right there. Okay, so that makes it Cecilia's turn.
Okay. I feel like seeing this, Cecilia would be very worried for Stong and Sturge.
That seems
and
reasonable.
Would shoot an Eldritch Blast up there at the Twilight Knight.
Okay.
Part of me wants to try to hit one beam on the pillar to knock it down.
Are you gonna try to emulate your blast to like ricochet?
I can hit two. I can shoot two beams and I can target them. But if I do that, you're both going to fall, and you're not aware that I'm doing that.
This is another one of those technically Eldritch Blast can't affect objects thing, but I think that's silly.
It's force damage.
Yeah, it's fine.
I mean, I think that'd be pretty cool.
She shoots it at an ant that's crawling up the side of the column.
Just tell me what you're doing.
One for the Twilight Knight, one for the column. And they're both pretty garbage. The Twilight Knight gets that's 13.
Okay, that misses. So an Eldritch Blast soars past.
The column gets a 12.
The column, however, is struck by the Eldritch Blast.
It's not very dexterous.
Column fails to dodge out of the way.
It's like hitting a column with the.
Slightly narrower than the broadside of a barn.
Yeah, somewhat narrow.
Oh, and it gets a good chunk of damage. It gets 15 damage.
Oh wow!
Like as good as I can do.
And that's force damage. That
it is force.
Ignores its damage threshold. Okay, the column's cracks start heading up through the column.
I'm gonna I might scream jump.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't want to tell the vampire to jump, but I feel like I would worry about you guys, and I would say jump.
We need to come up with our own language.
That's true. Maybe it would be like, stop! Do it like the end of the show at the burning. What's the boot? The burning boot? The black boot.
Stop.
Where you jumped off the table.
He's gonna roll a wisdom check. He rolled a 1, so he's like, oh. You want me to sing a song?
Start playing a song.
Yeah.
Jigs is going to make an attack on that shadow that's near him. Oh, yeah, he did indeed hit it. I don't know why it's not rolling damage. It should be rolling damage, but I don't seem to have it.
Mess him up.
Yeah, a dirty 20. Relax, it's just a dirty 20. Okay. All right, so.
I feel like the NPCs are rolling better than us.
Well, except for.
I mean, I'm not complaining.
He does
noting.
some damage to that shadow. And despite it being an incorporeal thing that doesn't have actual flesh or anything, his fangs sink into it as though it were entirely there.
The dog.
Caliph, your turn.
Would it be a free action for me to just like shake the bag out?
It would not be a free action, no.
It's an action.
Yeah.
And if I shook Aiden out within the radius of the Dwarven Valkyries, is he gonna take damage from that?
Yep.
What if you like flung the contents of the bag?
Oh.
Can I just like sort of toss the contents like 10 feet away, just outside of the radius?
Yeah, you could do that.
All right, gonna do that. Just sort of shotgun him out.
Why don't you fly?
And this is where Eric rolls for tumbling damage.
Okay. All right. So you toss the contents of the bag out of the circle of effect. Well, the good news is you produced several zombies that land on the ground and are obviously very confused. Well, actually, no. You produce 4 bodies. 4 bodies come falling out of the bag onto the ground. 3 of them immediately start moving around, and one of them is Aiden.
Oh,
He's still alive.
And he is lying there dead. Like he looks quite dead.
I mean, how could you tell? Because
true.
he did the spell. So
Right.
Did he ever say how to wake him up? From...
No, he did not.
Don't you hate when they don't give the instructions?
He said, "You'll know what to do."
Oh my God!
Better
Is it
kiss him or
Sleeping Beauty? Yeah.
Okay.
Don't let him manipulate you into that, Kalis.
But the zombies, since no one is there to direct them,
Oh.
turn toward you.
Towards me?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're the closest living thing.
That's
Oh,
so
no.
cool.
Well, won't they take
Okay.
damage from the Valkyries if they move into it?
Yeah.
Boy.
they don't care.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Well, hold
Good
on.
news.
Kayla still gets to
Oh.
move, right?
yeah, that is true.
All right. I have no idea where she can move and
Wait,
not.
You have a shadow that's menacing you.
Weren't you frightened, or is the frightening movement
No,
thing
I think
worn
that's
off?
just you. I think.
Oh, okay.
Who all ended up frightened?
I think it was just Artemisia.
I did.
Just Artemisia? Everyone else made their save?
Made my
Oh,
save.
it was not nearly as effective as I thought it was going to be.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I feel for you.
Now Artemisia is embarrassed. She looks like the fluttery, scaredy.
Oh.
If you
Wait.
Into the
Kalis, if you
sickening
go there, you're
radiance?
in the sickening radiance.
Yeah, trying to figure out where she can go. There.
Okay, I put a little icon on Artemisia of a screaming person, so you can tell that Artemisia is frightened. Okay.
Okay. Kalith is gonna back into the center here.
You give
There-
opportunity attacks possibly if you do that.
I don't know. How do you wake up a person from dead sleep?
I mean, scream at him.
It's not sleep.
All right,
Oh.
she's
I'm just gonna move the corpse of the fake Twilight Knight, since we're basically done with him.
Could you dispel magic him?
You could do that.
just dispel magic. So
So you were attacked a couple times by shadows as you did that.
Not the ones that attacked
Actually,
me, though.
actually, just one attacked Kayla, the one that you moved away from. But that shadow rolled a 1 and did not hit you.
Oh, great.
Well, that's good.
Finally.
does it stumble over itself?
It comes out of the sand more, and it wasn't fully ready to be out of the sand. And
It's like, oh, go back to bed.
Yeah.
well, it moves
feel you,
into
Shadow.
it moves into the shadow of the pillar, and like seems subsumed by it for a moment, like it's confused. Anyway, all right. So you're there in the middle of everyone. Okay, it is the shadow's turn. So remind me what their saving throw is for being in this radius. It's a wisdom save, right? Dexterity save. This is a question for Randy, in case it's unclear.
Oh, sorry. What was the question?
What save do they have to make for being in the Spirit Guardians?
Wisdom, I do believe.
Okay. What DC do they have to make for being in the Spirit Guardians?
15.
Okay. And if they make it, they take no damage or they take half damage.
They take half.
All right, go ahead and roll the damage so I can just apply it for any that fail.
Did, but now I can't remember what I rolled, so we'll do it again.
I love the idea of the dwarven Valkyries flying all around us.
8,
Yeah.
12, 16.
16.
Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, there's no bonus to that, I don't think. So 16. Oh, wait, plus... No, sorry. Yeah, sorry. Getting all my spells confused. Yep, 16.
Okay, in point of fact, all of the shadows caught in the Valkyries perish.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice.
Thank
That
you,
was-
Brunhilde.
That was what you had
And
to
friends.
roll, essentially, because they are vulnerable to radiant damage. So even
Oh,
if they
nice.
had made their save, they still would have taken that much damage, and that's how many hit points they had.
Cool.
Nice.
So they are all dead.
Except for that
You
one.
were
Be
dead,
dead.
and you were dead.
And you get radiant death, and you get radiant death.
That's
Okay.
right.
The crowd go wild.
All right.
I just
There
remember
is
the crowd is still there.
there is one shadow remaining,
Just a shadow of his former self, though.
and what that shadow does
We're lonely.
is it starts moving around this radiance because well, it saw what happened to its allies there.
I hope it goes the wrong way.
Yeah.
It's not an idiot. it-
Could go into that red spot. That seems safe.
Yeah.
All the Valkyries are just eyeing it like, come on, you wee bastard. Come on. Bring it.
it moves right there, and then it further moves there. Okay,
Run away.
Rogar, your turn.
Oh, right. Excellent. Well, I will. Let's see. I could try to spell magic on Aiden, but he's kind of held together by magic, so I'm a little loath to do that. So
That's a good point.
What last time we saw him, was his arm stitched on or was it like attached?
They were attached. They might have been attached with stitches.
For those of you just joining our stream, Aiden is Kayla's necromancer friend, not boyfriend, she
Mhm.
says. And he doesn't have his original parts in all his places.
One of them
Like
got blown
arms
off in
and
an
feet.
earlier adventure, in
I
fact.
mean, as far as you know, it's just like arms and stuff. I'm just saying.
here, which means
This is a good point. We might end up with a pile of body parts if you dispel magic.
You could try.
I'm just gonna put the
I think we can
radius
make it work, right?
aura onto Rogar here.
Oh, I
you
forgot about
you don't
that's
have
what.
to you don't have to move the thing. Okay,
There
there you
we
go.
I forgot we could do that. I was like,
That's
there was
nice.
some cooler effect we had, but that's
Yeah.
better. Yeah, cool. All right, so I'll move there, and so my hammer of love can move 20 feet to strike, but I assume that's 20 feet from where it is and not from where I'm at. Right? So
Correct.
so I cannot make it all the way to him, but I'll move it 20 feet closer to him, to the Twilight Knight, and
Mhm.
then I will strike at him. Is just moving it? If I don't strike with the hammer, is it still using my bonus action to do so? To just move it?
It's your bonus action to move the hammer, yes.
Okay, then as my action, I will. What's my coolest?
Move it along.
All right, sorry, guiding bolt. Do a guiding bolt at the Twilight Knight.
Okay.
Lightning crashes. Twilight Knight cries. So 14 plus 7, so 23 to hit.
Okay, the hits.
Wait, plus 7, 20, 14, sorry, 21 to hit.
It's fine. It hits.
Okay.
It's not the math stream this week. It's okay.
All right, 4d6. So
46,
8,
you say?
13,
Damn.
yeah, 15 points of damage, and the next attack on him is with advantage.
Ooh.
So this light, the Shardlar's grace flies from him, this glowing bolt strikes him. He lights up for a second, and then there's a slight shimmer around him, making him easier to hit.
That is specifically radiant damage.
You know, that is an excellent question, and to which I do not know the answer. Let me look it up.
All right. Anyway, let's move on to the next person's turn, which is his turn. I guess I need to know the answer.
How is that column looking?
Really,
So
really
good.
shaky.
What's the angle though?
It is.
It is radiant
It is
damage.
nearing. It is nearing 45 degrees.
It is radiant damage. Guiding bolt.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Okay, good to know. So now the column has lengthened. Oh man, demonetized for sure. All right.
Just don't add other columns to that column. and we'll
Not
be good.
that not that we're actually making any money doing any of this. We'll talk about that more later. Anyway, I'm just gonna move these people. Okay, there we go. So, and then we see that all of this needs to be moved over.
Oh yeah, Sturge's weight just went farther out on the end when he grabbed him.
That's right. So the column is going to fall. Clearly, it is going to fall. All right. So it is the Twilight Knight's turn, and this is what he is going to do. He is going to. He looks at Stong in a predatory way, and he says, "Wait your turn. I'll be back." And then he steps into Stong's shadow.
Counterspell.
With
do that?
Sturge, it's not a spell that he's casting.
it.
With Sturge
Oh.
in his grasp.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh no.
It was good to know you started.
Now,
Can I,
And teleport some ways away.
do I get an attack of opportunity?
Nope.
Damn.
Just teleporting,
Non-spell teleporting.
right?
Freaking vampires.
Oh.
man.
Well, it's
Sturge.
okay. And
far
once
you
he
are.
has you all alone, Sturge, he's going to attempt to kiss of death you again.
okay.
Little private
your
date.
Wow.
Got his top with these undead boyfriends. It's a
He's a
bad
little
plan.
shy. He's a little shy in front of
So
Stong.
romantic.
Oh man.
That's gonna be 16. Does 16 hit you?
Negative. He got another nose poke in the other eye. Boink.
Oh wow, nice.
Wow.
Rude. You are too forward, young man.
Oh my god. All right.
For some reason, I heard that in like Captain Picard's voice.
Okay. So you have not been kiss of death. Dang. All
That's
right.
twice.
It's fine. It's fine.
You've been sturged in the eyeball.
That's twice you have eluded doom. Okay, Sarshan's turn. Sarshan looks around. He's not sure where the kiss of death killer went exactly. He's going to attempt to see.
Can't smell him.
Okay, yeah, he can. Okay, he can smell the rot and foulness. He looks over and sees those zombies which are approaching.
That's bad.
And he looks to Cecilia again. What guidance do you give him?
I did not sign on to be his boss. Caleb told us this plan with the zombies yet? Or did the zombies just appear out of nowhere as far as Cecilia knows?
Zombies kind of just appeared out of nowhere.
Oh yeah, we don't even know. they're
Okay.
So
supposed to help.
Sarshan perks up and he says, Artemisia. And then he runs off.
Sergeant, watch out for the red light!
Yeah,
Should probably
he
know
does
that.
stay out of the red light. He's seen you do that before,
You know what?
I think.
Sarshan is a sweetheart, but he isn't always the brightest one. So
That's
I
true.
just gotta check.
Which color's red?
Oh no, this is how we discovered that Sarshan is colorblind like
Oh,
a dog.
no.
Okay, I don't think he can get all the way over there. No, he just he moved over that way. Okay. He can do a thing though.
Can you dash?
Yeah, but he wants to do an
Oh.
actual action. So he's going to he raises his sword and he calls out in Elvish to some sort of powerful entity. By blood and by earth I bind you, is what he says if you speak
Ooh.
Elvish.
I like that. Binding sounds
Is he
good.
talking?
He's gonna take control of the zombies. Or take
Okay,
control of the Twilight Knight?
no, these okay, Sturge, where you are hanging from the Twilight Knight's hand as he's coming in to plant one on you.
Was he got me by the arm or what?
Oh, he's holding you by the scruff of the neck like you're a cat.
Oh, okay.
And you see these bloody vines like entrails creeping up out of the ground
Wow.
to surround him.
Whoa.
Oh. Hmm. Is this part of your foreplay?
Unfortunately, he also sees them, perhaps reflected in your eyes, and kind of moves out of the way so they grasp at him but do not catch him.
So just so you know, while Sturge is being held up by the scruff, he's doing that thing in the cartoons where your legs are going like this, just for a laugh. He's trying to get a laugh out of the audience, and also just to calm his own nerves. You know, makes him feel like he's doing something.
That's hilarious. Okay, so Aiden's turn. Aiden is not acting himself, but his zombies are. And so this one comes over to attack Caliph.
Oh no.
It's gonna be the best thing if the reason Kayla dies is because of Aiden zombies.
Oh.
He'd feel pretty broken up about that. Anyway,
Oh, for
one of
like 10 minutes.
Right?
one of them gets close enough, and then he'll go, "Wait, didn't she say I got her body when she?" Anyway,
Oh no.
this zombie is going to attack Caliph and rolls a 1.
Oh.
So that zombie failed to strike
Arm fell
Caliph.
off.
Dice are crazy tonight.
Its arm fell off. As it's
In fact, what it did was it comes over following its kind of undead instinct or however such things work. And then it looks up at Caliph and it inclines its head, kind of like bows down slightly, and does not successfully attack her. Okay.
That's good, right?
Yeah, that's good.
Yummy.
Artemisia, your turn. You are still frightened, I believe.
But can I still cast spells even if I can't move?
I'm just going to look that up to make sure, but I
Okay.
believe that is the case, yes.
And do I get some kind of like do a saving throw again at some point for the frightened?
No. You are frightened for 1 minute, or there is a thing that can break you out of being frightened, but you don't know what it is.
Is it a pep talk?
Possibly, yeah. You can make attacks and stuff, but when you are frightened, that has certain implications for actions.
Okay.
I think in her case, it's a macaroon, like vanilla macaroon.
I think it's
macaron.
like
Not macaroon.
Oh, sorry, macaron. Rube, I am.
So I'm just going to read you what it says just to make sure that we're all on the
Okay.
same page. When you are frightened, you have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of your fear is within line of sight. You cannot willingly move closer to the source of your fear.
Okay.
So
Oh,
you can see him,
hmm
and so you have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks, and you cannot move closer to him. Which, I mean, your speed is 0 at the moment anyway.
Well, if I like lightning bolt him, I'm gonna get Sturge for sure. I'm thinking.
I mean, he survived that before.
Yeah, it's normal.
He
Every
did,
day.
yes.
I mean, I'm inclined to do it because the last time she
Fear is
like
intense.
well, exactly. And also the last time she tried to like avoid lightning bolting Sturge, he put himself in the path. So apparently he doesn't care too much.
You might have known that Sturge has a new spell that halves damage from various things. He has absorb elements. So if you
I
zap
see.
him, it's going to only do half damage.
Did he
He's
cast
prepared.
that
Yeah,
on
he
himself?
cast that.
It's a reaction.
Oh, nice.
Oh, okay.
All right, let's do it.
Yes.
Lightning
That
bolt.
sounds like
Lightning
an
bolt.
invitation.
Yeah, that was permission.
I feel like Sturge would have pulled Artemisia aside and said that on the way. And she
Yeah.
would have been like, how come you keep bringing this up? But it would occur to you in this moment, like, he did kind of say it was okay.
Why do you keep thinking you're gonna lightning bolt, or I'm gonna lightning bolt you? Oh, I should lightning bolt
specifically
him.
got this Rhiannon, in case this was going to happen again. You know.
Okay.
Alright.
So you should fire off a lightning bolt. What is the saving throw DC of
16.
this lightning bolt? 16.
Let's go. Let's go.
He's holding you. You can't be that dexterous, right?
I'm actually I'm
Oh man. Okay. Well, the Twilight Knight, dodges out of the way of your lightning bolt.
Bummer.
Sturge, on the other hand,
if it hits me though, won't it get into him too?
mm,
You might wanna-
theoretically,
You might want to drop me. I'm thinking.
Busy.
Sturge, roll a saving throw, please.
Okay.
Doesn't he still take half even if he saves?
Nope,
Oh.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, he's got
because he
like,
has evasion.
the dude does.
Yep.
That guy.
Mhm.
Okay. Oh no, my yes, here we go. I'm having a difficulty. I'm sorry.
I'm going to remind the two ladies that I discussed tactics with before that if you lightning lure him into that area effect, it's going to be really good. Although I think you're probably too scared to yank him towards you.
I would
Okay,
think
I'm
so.
gonna roll. I'm gonna roll a 20-sided die, and because
Yeah.
my character sheet just vanished, and to it we add my dex bonus. Is that right? Oh, plus I have it's one of my special.
Right. So you add your proficiency modifier and your dex bonus.
Yes, so that'll be 7 plus 7. Here it is.
Yeah.
Bam, plus 7.
Okay.
19.
Does Surge also have evasion?
He has cunning action.
So no is the question, is the answer.
Yeah.
Because you're not a 7th level rogue, right?
That's correct.
Okay. So you take 19 lightning damage. Are you going to cast your absorb elements thing?
Yes.
Okay, then
that'll-
you take 9 lightning damage instead.
That's perfect. That's exactly how many extra hit points I had.
That's right. That's right. And
It's meant to be.
as I understand it, you are now coursing with electrical power.
Yes.
Okay.
Touch him.
You're
Strong
not
Mr.
want to kiss me now, are you? Not
Shock him.
Stomp's turn.
Okay, thanks. So could you describe the Twilight Knight for me, like physically? Like, what's he wearing?
He's wearing black studded leather armor. He's wearing a tattered black cloak. He's wielding the sword that's flaming black power. And his mouth is overflowing with black blood and bile. He's otherwise pretty pale and has kind of dark hair, a tangled mass of it.
And he has metal bracers.
And he has metal bracers.
Oh, definitely good. I heat metal those bracers. Let's do
That's
it.
what I'm talking about.
Okay.
So, Constitution saving throw, but he takes 2d8 fire damage anyways.
Dang. What's the saving throw for?
The saving throws for dropping the object,
Well,
if
he's
it
not,
can.
He's not holding it, so he can't drop it.
Oh, great. Then he takes 2d8 damage, and then he has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks until the start of my next turn. and I'm keeping it. It keeps going.
That's probably for the best. Did you roll the 2d8?
2d8, 10 damage.
10 damage. Okay. All right. He is going to try and Kiss of Death on Surge again. Here we go. Oh my god, he keeps rolling so poorly.
The nose! It's working!
It's the nose. The nose is stopping him every time.
This time, the nose, he's going to do the nose right up one of his nostrils. Oink. Oh, you are the worst kisser ever. Worst kisser! Worst kisser!
The crowd is going nuts.
Oh,
okay.
I don't know if they're getting the show they paid for.
Surge, it is indeed
but
your
it's
turn.
still good.
Okay.
Oh, I wish I could draw so I could draw that moment.
Okay, so he's grappled me, right?
Yes.
So I would have to do an athletics check to try to get away.
You could do athletics or acrobatics to escape.
Oh, acrobatics would be nice. I'm going to do that thing where you run up somebody and do a backflip.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Step right on his face.
Yeah. Okay.
Roll before you describe it.
Step
Dude.
right on its face. Okay.
25.
Yep. That's exactly what happens.
Boom.
You are now free.
Okay, wait. As I'm doing the backflip, fairy fire. And I'm just gonna...
No.
Action to escape. A
Action to escape.
That's
Just
an
had
action.
to get greedy.
Well, you know,
You can taunt him in the flip. That's a free action, right?
But you know what you could do?
What?
You could disengage and then move away.
Very special.
I don't know why I'm suggesting that. I'm the DM. But, you could do that.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you reminded me I can do that.
Yeah.
Do I know where Artemisia is? Has my 20 or 17 passive perception picked up her location?
Yes.
The lightning bolt came from somewhere, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, this lightning feels familiar.
Calling card.
The lightning bolt that you both moved out of the way of.
So I'm gonna go like this around the pillar and go whoosh like that. And I know it might hurt, but let's see. So action 1, 2, 10, 30.
You're just gonna go
Like,
through
block her line of
the
sight.
radius.
I don't know if you should do that.
Yeah.
Really? Well,
If you move into it, you have to make a Constitution saving throw.
What's the worst that could happen?
Yeah.
well
You've been rolling great all night. No problem.
so wait, it's a con save. But if I don't, so even if I pass through it, that's what happens. I thought I had to end.
Yes. No. If you enter
enter
the area.
it.
Anyway, just tell me what you're gonna do. We got to keep moving here.
Well, let's see. Okay, let's look at how. This is my distance. Is going to be.
No, I think that's probably all of your movement anyway.
Oh no, I'm 40.
15, 20,
got...
25, 30, 35. So you could move
Tempt fate,
into the
tempt fate.
radius.
Wait. I have 40. 40 is my my move.
Yeah, it took you 35 to get to the space where you are now.
That's 25.
You don't move the way a crow
Yes.
flies.
You can teleport through the pillar.
Well, so we'd add 5 if I go from here, right? So it's 29.
It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah. So I could get
7 is 35.
right, and I have 40.
Yes, so you could move an additional 5 feet
Right
into
the
the
sickening radius?
effect.
No. Diagonally, right?
No, that's a corner. You cannot
can't cut
just
a corner.
cut through a corner.
All right, then I guess.
Poor Steven.
I'm sorry, Steven.
Yeah, it's okay. I don't think I have.
Well,
any
I mean, Artemisia's safe down there for now. She doesn't
is.
feel it, but
Is she?
Oh.
All right, then I guess I'm not going that direction. I'm gonna go. Whoops. I'm gonna go. Here was where I started, right?
Correct.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Up with my buddy Stong.
Okay, Stong, the pillar is falling down. I'm going to need you to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Dexterity save. Oh boy. So that is a 4 plus my save bonus, which
Sir,
is.
did you jump onto the falling pillar?
No, I couldn't see the pillar there as I was coming.
I see.
The yellow square didn't alarm me.
So you pulled up short before you
Yeah.
went onto the pillar. Okay.
Exactly.
9 total.
9 total. Excellent.
No, not excellent.
You take 12 bludgeoning damage from falling down and pieces of rock slamming into you.
These ladders and these doors and these freaking pillars. All right.
Yeah.
Westgate Irregulars' worst enemies, inanimate objects,
Yeah.
Yep.
The environment.
Yeah.
and the one cat.
All right. So
I mean, Cyril's really only your enemy.
now it is Cecilia's turn.
Okay. So there's zombies on this side of me. I'm gonna move over here. I'm gonna follow Starson, and I don't want him to make a thing out of that. If I'm here, can I see the Twilight Knight okay?
Yeah.
Kind of thread that needle? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. I am gonna go ahead and do a chill touch
Okay.
and try to stop him
I
regenerating.
mean, technically, him being close to the pillar like that means that he has partial cover.
Okay.
But that would be the case regardless of where you were standing. So
Does that mean I have to roll at disadvantage, or does that mean he's gonna do some things on his end?
I was
go ahead and roll.
and
I'll
I
roll
was gonna
to see- No.
I was gonna mention that he had the next attack on him had advantage after I did my guiding bolt, but for Artemisia, I forgot to take that with her lightning strike.
Lightning bolt isn't actually an attack.
Oh, okay.
So half cover only increases his AC. So you
Okay.
actually have advantage to hit him with whatever attack you're making.
Ooh, fancy. Okay. That is 10 plus 9 is a 26 to hit.
Okay, that hits.
And it does 1d8 necrotic damage.
Are you sure it's not 2d8 necrotic damage because you're over 5th level?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I never used this spell. Okay, so that's 9. And
Okay.
a ghostly hand clings to him. I'm gonna do it here. He can still see through it, but it looks ridiculous.
You can't kiss anyone.
Oh,
Can't
yeah.
regain hit
It's a
points
face
until the
hugger.
start of my next
Is
turn.
it tweaking his nose? Is that what it's
No,
doing?
it's like a face hugger.
Oh.
Like,
Yeah.
Does that mean
and
he can't kiss
also,
anyone now?
he's a vampire counts as undead, correct?
Yes.
He has disadvantage on attack rolls against me until the end
Oh,
of my next
nice.
turn.
Fair enough. Okay. Okay.
Hit him real hard, guys.
He hisses at you and spits blood onto the ground in front of him,
Gross.
and then disappears into the shadow of that pillar.
Can I counterspell that?
No, it's just movement.
Oh, he just okay. He descriptively disappears, not mechanically disappears.
Right. He descriptively disappears into the shadow of the pillar, moving somewhere.
Oh no, okay, so he literally disappears into the shadow. Gotcha.
Right.
I forgot he did that thing.
In point of fact, he appears down here looming over Artemisia.
Ah.
Oh no.
Ooh.
He's a poo.
This is true.
Okay. Jiggs' turn. What is the wolf gonna do?
You
Okay.
asking us?
No,
It's
no,
not
no.
a-
I'm not asking you.
Go to
I know what the
college,
wolf was gonna
Jiggs.
do.
Get a degree.
Like,
Make something of yourself.
Is this a good time for a joke?
He is running down here to attempt to help Artemisia, although it's too far for him to get. He got that far because he has very good movement as the wolf. Okay. Kayla's turn. So the zombies are looking at Kaelith, and they are not attacking Kaelith. In fact, they seem to be waiting for something.
Not if you're obeying me. Do they nod?
No,
And we didn't skip my turn, did we?
no.
Okay.
You're
just
gonna
checking.
be
Double
up pretty soon.
Just double checking.
That stinking Twilight Knight gets extra actions.
I know.
I'm gonna try and just, as an experiment, gonna point at the Twilight Knight and go attack.
They don't do anything.
Better work on waking Aiden up.
Purpose.
One of them glances toward Aiden,
Wake him up.
and the zombie looks back to you, like expectantly.
Go slap him.
All right. Going to run over to Aiden and try and slap him awake.
You'll know
Okay.
what to do.
I'm gonna go ahead and move your icon if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Smelling salts.
Okay, you can get to him. All right, you slap him. Nothing happens.
Slap him again.
Kiss him.
Okay,
All right, gonna try kissing him.
Oh wow.
that makes him wake up.
Oh!
You really had to do that.
So mad at Aiden for you right
Aiden.
now.
He was just pretending to be
He
asleep.
was faking.
Yeah.
totally.
He's like, wow, yeah, I didn't
Really
said
like
it like that. That just often breaks spells. It's just a coincidence, I swear.
We're
Okay,
talking
Rogar.
about this later.
Rogar, it is your turn.
So the zombies didn't swipe at her when she ran past or anything, right? So they don't seem hostile toward her.
Correct.
So don't need to worry about them. Okay. I was finally, like, out of all the times we've played, I was finally going to use turn undead. I actually remembered. Oh yeah, I'm a cleric. But nope. Cool. All right.
But
so,
these undead are on our side.
all right. So let's see. 5,
Oh my God.
10, 15, on my little dwarf legs, I'm gonna run a massive 25 feet, and let's see. Now, how far am I from ball bag? Oh, that's within 60 feet. That's not bad. All right, so then I can, yeah, do another guiding bolt, I guess.
Okay.
Because why not? Oh.
I feel like the sickening radiance is causing more problems than it is helping. I'm pretty mad about that.
Wow.
Can you dispel it?
He went through it, right?
I just
no.
stopped concentrating on it.
You teleported through it.
It's
Yeah.
18.
So you teleported past it. It's 18.
Aye.
The
Okay,
plan
18
was for
hits him.
people to throw
11.
more.
I rolled an 11 plus 7.
Okay, that hits
Yeah.
him.
Haven't had a chance.
Oh, it does hit him.
It
Oh,
does
nice.
hit him, just barely.
Excellent, excellent. So,
I don't think Artemisia's gonna throw him in. I think her noodle arms can handle it even when she's not frightened.
so 4 dice 6. 4 dice 6 radiant damage. Here we go. Oh, Jesus. 4, 7, 9, 11. 11 points of radiant damage.
Okay.
And the next attack on him gets advantage again. So,
Right.
he's got
Okay.
shimmery motes all over him.
Cool.
And I've, by the way, I've moved. Let's see. So I had moved it the previous turn 20 feet, and I'm moving it again another 20 feet. So if you want to move my hammer, it's like 2 squares below me at this point. My hammer of love, aye. Cool, thank you.
You're on your way to rescue Artemisia. Okay.
Aye.
Well, the Twilight Knight
Yeah.
is going to he looms over Artemisia and he says, "There is an order to things, but I will make an exception." He attempts to deliver a kiss of death to Artemisia.
Just remember that he has disadvantage because
and
of
he
the heat
has
metal.
a giant hand on his face.
Yeah, and also the
Does
heat
stop
metal.
him any?
That stops him from regenerating hit
He-
points.
he's looked,
She has shield as a reaction too, if that would.
21.
What? Even with a disadvantage? Oh my god.
Well, so if shield works, then her AC is at 21.
Okay. Then yeah, he would hit her.
Oh no, Artemisia.
Mm. Use your nose.
My nose is pert and cute and
Oh,
attractive.
I wish I didn't have a pert and cute nose.
If only it were long like Sturgis.
Okay, so it may look like a kiss, but it is basically a vampiric bite, and he does 5 piercing damage plus 23 necrotic damage.
Jeez.
Dang.
Oh.
Are we all getting prosthetic noses after this?
Vampires.
So the temporary hit points go away. That's the good news. That's good news, right? And your hit points, your maximum hit points are reduced by that same amount. You're not dead though.
Yay.
It's not so bad.
I'd like to hop in. I'm a shadow hopper too. I could really help out in this situation. What was that? I don't know who that was.
Well, and the bad news is he has a multi-attack and is also attacking with the sword. So here we go.
So he's like kissing and striking.
Oh my gosh.
So my shield is still there.
With the sword, it's 17, so that
Nice.
misses.
Whew.
Oh, and he missed again with the sword.
Nice.
You will not believe this. I am having terrible dice luck, and I rolled 2 1s.
Oh, I'm
Isn't
so
something
sorry.
funny
What a
supposed to
shame.
happen?
He doesn't roll the fumble chart.
Hold on. So he brings the sword down to basically stab through Artemisia while she's standing there, and she raises up her hand, which is where the shield is emanating from, and the sword hits her ring
Ooh.
Oh,
and shatters.
The sword of the ring
What?
shatters.
Whoa, what?
The sword shatters into
Oh.
1,000 pieces.
Oh my gosh.
wow.
Does Artemisia notice her ring when this happens?
That's
Yes, Artemisia, you notice that you have a ring that you're wearing. And
seems
for
to stop
just 1 second, you remember where you got that ring and all of the memories associated with that ring.
Oh.
Oh.
Now she's really
Did
afraid.
that double frighten her or unfrighten her?
Okay, it is Sarshan's turn. So let's see.
That's she's reeling from that.
Sarshan turns into a wolf as you're watching. And he runs through the effect.
Can I drop the concentration anytime, or do I have to do that on my turn?
It's on your turn.
Okay.
It's not
I can
super
get
clear
it
to me.
made.
Let me
I can be
just.
made to drop it, not on my turn. That's why I check.
That's a question that doesn't arise too frequently. So I'm gonna look. You can end concentration at any time, no action required. So you could
Okay.
just drop it right now.
I would.
All right.
I loved this plan. It's not what's happening. My sister's on the other side of this, and that dork Sarshan just ran into it. I don't want to melt him.
Hey, I think we're seeing real growth here.
yeah.
Plus, now I can witch bolt that jerk.
And actually, in point of fact, Sarshan had cast Expeditious Retreat on himself
Oh,
on the previous round, and so he got a little bit even farther. He got right next to. He got here. Okay. He doesn't have any actions left. That took all of his movement to get there, but he did get there. And he shouts at the Twilight Knight and he says, "Face
still a
me." Well, he turns back in. Well, he is still a wolf. Okay, so he's just barking at the Twilight
But
Knight.
I hear him.
But you hear him.
Race free.
He says, "Face me, coward."
Can I
Kick-
shout for a free action? He called you a coward!
Kick the dog. Kick the dog. Okay. All right. So Aiden's
Turn
turn.
away from Artemisia. That's the actual plan.
Aiden is awake, and he looks around at the situation, sees that he is so far away from the Twilight Knight, along with Kalith, and he says, "Oh, this didn't go at all the way I expected." Here,
this
and
didn't.
he reaches up and he touches Kayla's wings, and energy flows out of him into Kayla's wings,
Oh.
which become
You fly?
lustrous and vibrant again.
Whoa.
And
Whoa.
yeah, you think that you can fly.
What?
What?
Okay.
New stream, new you!
Is this?
Artemisia, you have broken free of your frightened effect because you took damage. That's what broke the effect. And you are now right there next to the Twilight Knight. What do you do?
Getting the hell out of Dodge. So she's gonna, let's see. Sorry, my
Ironically,
Map
you
is
probably
running
need to
away from me.
dodge to get out of dodge.
well, so provoking a whatever
Yeah.
when I
Did Aaron freeze?
Hmm?
Did Aaron?
Yeah, maybe.
Hmm.
But keep going.
Did she?
No, she's back.
Oh, okay.
She's back.
There you are.
Okay.
That was weird because you all didn't freeze.
I'm
Okay.
having map issues. Basically, I want
gonna run.
Artemisia to run upwards and
Okay.
the opposite of where the map was trying to take me. I don't know why.
Oh,
Oh, do
all
you
right.
move the map?
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh my God. I'll just move you if you like. Okay.
Yeah,
So you
I
you
was
try and
having
run
issues.
away, and he is gonna try and grab you.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Still disadvantage.
Well, he has shed his metal bracers at this point.
Oh, he has. Oh,
like
okay.
they're lying somewhere in the dirt, smoldering.
Oh, gotcha.
That's 20.
One, her shield is down, so
You
If
can
it's-
cast it again.
yeah, I got spell slots for that. So that's
Spell slots for
Nice.
days.
Save
Okay.
it up.
All right, so that's 1, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay, that's one
Yeah.
movement away.
Yeah.
You still have an action if you want to take an action.
So she's not gonna lightning bolt Sarshan because she likes Sarshan, and they don't have the history and the understanding between them that she has with Sturge.
I mean,
She's
Sarsha would
gonna-
probably understand.
Fall back. on
Sarshan looks back and he gives you the nod.
Oh, the signal.
He's like, I've seen Stong do this.
I
He'll
mean-
just think you're playing. He thinks it's a game.
Yeah.
Probably
let's
dexterous
do
as
it
a
then.
wolf.
Okay.
So she's gonna hit Sarshan too, but fingers crossed with her lightning bolt.
See, I get all the good rolls when it's somebody trying to save against one of your effects. So the Twilight Knight dodges out of the way, takes 0 damage. Sarshan, however, takes a little bit of damage because he does not have evasion, but he did make his save.
Hmm.
Okay. He yells because he's a wolf.
Sorry.
Stong.
Yeah, she will yell. I'm sorry.
Okay, so I think Stong is going to move.
And I realize that we've been doing this whole thing with a break, but without a break, this
Oh, it's
is
just
taking a
intervention.
long time. So, as we thought it might.
Yeah, so I'm gonna try to move within range of him, and I'm gonna burn a 3rd level slot to.
Okay.
Oh, he doesn't have manacles. Oh, he still has the studded leather, right? So I'm gonna try to heat metal that studded leather with a 3rd level slot. So that's 3d8.
You think you're a hot stud kissing everyone? Well,
Mhm.
And then he has to make a Constitution saving throw again versus a DC 10. A whopping DC 10.
Okay. It is not a suit of heavy or medium metal armor, so it is not a valid target.
Oh, the studs don't heat up, huh?
It's not. There aren't enough studs for that to actually do harm to him. It's not. It's just not built that way.
I see.
It's Donkey Kong time.
Yeah, but
So
it's
it-
gonna have to be next round. So
Hmm.
Okay. It was a good attempt. All right, Sturge.
Okay. Sturge is going to do a little performance of showing his ass to the knight and making a little fake fart sound, and it's going to be a fairy fire that he's sending. That
Hey, centered on what square?
it's going to be like
I love Sturge.
this. It's a 20-foot square. Whoops, that's not quite. Something like that. So people in the stands are going to light up too. They're going to get a free bonus. Everybody in the stands is going to turn on like a
Rave.
glow light.
Yeah.
All right. He evaded the effect.
Okay, well, I still get to roll.
His dexterity saves are real high.
Yeah, I know, and I have lousy DC, but still, what about the performance?
Go ahead.
20.
Oh, nice.
The crowd loves it,
Nice.
and they are cheering for you.
That's great.
Cecilia.
Okay, I'm gonna move.
Okay.
Goes.
I'm gonna have to move up to do things. I think that's as far as I can move. Yeah. 3, 4.
Yeah, that seems about right.
Okay, and then I cannot hit him with Witch Bolt from here. That's real annoying. I'll chill touch him again in the meantime. Attempt to chill touch him, I guess. Ooh, I rolled a natural 20.
Nice.
So that's max on the dice, and then I roll them again.
Yes.
Okay.
Mess 'em
So
up.
that's 16, 18, 19.
19 damage.
Much
okay.
better than the 3 I would have had. 19, same rigmarole.
Okay. It's necrotic damage, right?
Yep.
Oh,
Okay.
No hit
He does
points.
seem to take some damage, but it's not super harmful to him.
Just so you know, with my bonus action, I hid right here
Okay.
with a 19.
Fine.
Are we not taking a break at this point? Just out of curiosity.
Well, we could just make this part 1 of the epic battle and then do part 2.
We'll just keep
But-
going. I didn't get to say goodnight to my
but-
kids, and I have to pee. So everybody shoot your spells fast
Yeah.
and stop dickering about the map.
We have some special things for the next session, so we can't really do the continuation of this battle. So
So make this worth my wasted my missing time. Go.
Okay, go.
okay,
Who's
Who's
up?
next?
it is Jiggs' turn. Jiggs is going to run over next to Artemisia and growl protectively.
Yay.
It is
Okay.
Kayla's turn.
All right, Kaelith is going to remember she's a blade singer and finally starts to fly. Can she fly?
Yes.
Nice.
He's going to fly
What?
all the way as far as she can go. Over
Do we
here.
all see this?
Well, your
Awesome.
fly speed is only 30.
Does the blade song give her the extra 10 feet? It's 10
It does.
You could get on top of a pillar.
You could.
Ooh.
Now she's just going to hover in midair. She like,
Okay. You are flying above
Showing
the
off.
battlefield. The crowd is like, "What?"
and she's going to cast hold person.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
That is a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Spell has no effect on him.
Okay.
Okay. Who's next?
Rogar.
Rogar.
Rogar's. So I know I've been like, as a player character, been like, but Rogar, after he saw Rhett, he was just like, he's just been charging after thing and blasting him with the guiding bolts, running after him. So that's basically what he's continuing to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He just moves on down and blasts the bastard. So I think that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Aye, shoots a guiding bolt at the bastard. So once again, 17.
17 will not hit.
Wait,
Okay,
I think he still doesn't he still have a bonus advantage for the last time he hit him?
The
Or
last
did
guiding
somebody
bolt?
else-
No, I don't get it.
Oh,
For oh
No,
if it's if you're
someone
talking
else
about
has
for mine.
attacked him by then. So,
Yeah. Right.
okay.
So
Okay.
all right, and,
and
and then
your hammer moves.
my hammer moves 20 feet closer to him. Aye.
I'm trying to move it here. Come on. All right. Okay. It is the Twilight Knight's turn. He doesn't want to fight Sarshan. That's lame. He is going to move from there. And in point of fact, he is going to appear right here into the
Oh. hello.
area of the Guardians.
Nice.
Because he is going to attack Rogar.
Okay.
Bring it, you wee bastard.
He doesn't have the sword anymore. So he's just attacking with the physical punches. He made his save against the
Valkyries?
Guardians.
So he takes only 8 points of radiant damage then.
Okay. Okay, 15 is not going to hit you. Oh, a natural 20 is going to hit you though.
Oh god. Rogar.
Okay, so he raked his claws against you and grasped you by the neck, and he says, "This has been your destiny from the beginning," and then tries to kiss of death you. Here we go.
To kick you in the balls. I try to kick him in the balls.
That's going to be a dirty 20. Is that going to hit?
It hit 20 hits.
All right, here we go.
My armor class is 20, so that hits 8.
Okay, you take 30 damage.
Dang.
Wow.
That's necrotic?
Actually, 34 damage. Sorry.
Great.
25 of it being necrotic. So
That takes me down to 19.
19. And your maximum hit points have also decreased.
Okay.
Three vampires.
From
So you are now at 19 out of 28. Okay, that's it for him. So Sarshan's turn. Sarshan is going to run right back into here, turning back into his elf form, and then hit the guy with the sword. Missed. Wait, Sarshan has advantage on him because Sarshan has pack tactics, which
Oh,
should
nice.
not surprise anybody.
Yeah. I wish I had
Nice.
pack tactics.
just saying it fast. Back tactics, back tactics, back tactics.
Sarshan actually, I rolled 3 attacks with advantage. He only gets 2 attacks, but my third one, I rolled 2 20s. It was amazing. Anyway, so we hit him twice, and he's going to smite him one of those times. He did not crit him, unfortunately.
Oh, I see.
That's 25 damage. Wow, that was pretty good. And then
Not bad.
7, so 32 damage. That's pretty good. All right. The Twilight Knight now looks frightened for the first time. Like he has been with utter confidence just annihilating everyone. And now he is not feeling quite as confident. And what he is going to do he is going to
Apologize.
use his legendary action to attack Cecilia. Here we go.
Sharing the love to everybody.
Celia.
Okay, he grabs onto Cecilia.
Does he release me, or is it he's still holding me with one hand and grabs?
Always.
me?
he's holding on to both of you,
Wow.
and he says, "I will crush all of you. I will take you all with me." And blood is just pouring out of his mouth.
Where is
Real
all
gross.
of this blood coming from?
From
His
us.
stomach. He's been draining it from people.
Gross.
Anyway. Gross.
man.
Okay, Aiden's turn.
Gross.
Aiden, blood running out of his nose from having cast that spell. It was the strain of the spell, not kissing the beautiful elf lady with the wings. Just want everyone to know that. He is going to follow Calith, kind of like staggering, and he's going to cast a spell on Calith. So Calith, he casts haste on you.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Okay. Artemisia's turn. So you see the Twilight Knight has Rogar in one hand, and Rogar is looking pretty weak compared to how he usually looks. And he's also grabbed onto Cecilia.
I wouldn't say weak.
Weaker compared to how he usually is. His
Oh,
maximum
you're
hit points have been almost reduced by 70%.
Well, I mean, absolutely no lightning bolt at this
I
point.
mean, okay, wait. I'm just gonna point out something that if I get hit, that triggers my Misty Escape. But if the vampire does it, that's okay, I guess
Okay.
too.
Well, you could use your Misty Escape to get away. I mean, he did hit you,
Did I take? I didn't take damage.
and
I
you
think it
didn't
only
take
triggers.
damage.
Misty Escape only takes effect when I get
The
damage. doesn't it?
the grab didn't do any damage. I will look up.
check
I will.
this.
Yeah, go ahead and look up the ability.
You
to
figure
make
out
sure.
what you're gonna do. It's fine.
Yeah. All right, Artemisia.
You probably don't want to hit Rogar anyway.
Yeah, so yeah, magic missile. I mean, peck him
Yeah,
to death.
Misty Escape is when you take damage, though it's not always necessarily an attack. You could take damage from a fall or anything.
Yep.
Okay, Artemisia, what are you gonna do?
Magic missile.
Okay.
I mean, like, I don't want to kill my friends just to kill the dude, so.
That's fair. Okay. Several bolts of magical force blast into him. Black blood spurts. And he is looking very weary indeed. Barely on his feet.
Weaker than me, right? Because I'm not weak. And thank you for, appreciate that you didn't want to kill your friends. Don't want to
Rogar
go
did-
unappreciated.
Rogar did not turn around and nod at you, so you did not get the signal.
Well, I mean, based on how Sarshan's been so far, like, that wasn't a surprise to her.
Yeah.
But it would be if Rogar was like, yeah, bring it on. She'd be like, what?
Okay. In point of fact, he is going to use his legendary action to move, partly by teleporting. And he's going to take Cecilia with him.
Oh, Cecilia! No!
Oh, I'm not. good
Cecilia
enough.
is much squishier than Rogar. That's why he took Cecilia. Over
Did
by
a
that
little
pillar.
Zigzag.
Yep.
Rude.
It is rude. Okay. Stung, your turn.
So for his first action, he's gonna yell out, "Who wants to be a giant ape?" Cecilia?
What happened if I turn into a giant ape while the vampire is holding me?
Then he is suddenly holding the hand of a very giant ape.
If you do it on Caleb, she's hasted right now.
Oh, flying ape.
Whoa.
Well, it would
I don't think
she
she
would
can
very
see
quickly
the
become a falling ape.
She's
Yeah,
three.
but then she has the haste, so she can
Yeah.
attack.
I'm not saying don't do it.
Do it.
Okay.
Do you want to coordinate your actions so that Caleb can fly over him
Oh, so I
before
can
you
hold
turn her
my.
into a giant ape?
Yeah, I'll hold my action until.
Well, you can ready
Ready.
the spell
Yeah.
for that event. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
Caleb-
can you move a little closer just so I can
Sure.
shorter distance, just swing around and then straight to the Twilight Knight?
Sure. But basically, Stom, says that he looks at Cecilia and then he looks at Kalith like up in the air and he's like, "You could fly?"
I could always fly. Come on.
Oh, okay, right. I believe you. And so he moves closer this way as you requested. And then he's going to ready his polymorph for when you get close to when you swoop down near the Twilight Knight.
Okay. Sturge, it is your turn.
Okay. All this now. I'm hiding. Does that mean an attack?
Yes.
Okay,
You have also noticed that the shadow, the one that you all kind of forgot about,
Oh yeah.
is now headed over toward this direction. Like it seems to be ready to spring out and mess somebody up.
Ooh.
Okay. Well, the most important thing is that the Twilight Knight not regenerate. So I'm going to take a shot with a second level chill touch at advantage because I'm hidden. So I send my little creepy.
I mean, you're assuming that your hide was successful, that he didn't know you were there.
It's true. Send my creepy little spirit hand over there and to tap him on the shoulder and then grab him by the nose.
Okay.
Here it
Go ahead
goes.
and roll. Whoa.
What a crappy. So it missed. 10.
So your chill touch flies past,
Oh no.
going for his nose, and it misses.
Trying to be
All right.
fancy. Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna move a little bit now.
Okay.
But go ahead and you can move on. I'm not gonna.
So it is Cecilia's turn. So the others are turning toward the Twilight Knight like, we're going to come after you. And the Twilight Knight is holding Cecilia and like snarling at everyone else. Okay. Yeah. Sturge is hiding. Got it.
26.
And he says, I can kill her, and I will. Let me go, and I shall let her live.
I'm gonna Misty Step out of his grip. I'm gonna blow my Cellsot to Misty Step away.
Nice.
Nice. Worth it. Totally
Okay.
worth it.
Now, I just want to say that's a totally valid choice. Or you could hit him with your axe.
I don't have my axe manifested, and it takes a whole action to do it. I forgot to do it at the beginning. Are you gonna let me retcon that I had my axe out the whole time?
I am.
Okay. All right. I'll hit him with my axe.
And okay, so the axe is, like, it's sort of manifesting right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the Twilight Knight says, "What? You don't believe me?" And Sarshan says, "I believe in her."
Aww.
And then you hit him with your axe.
I do. Okay. And for this, I add my charisma modifier to the attack and the damage.
Correct.
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. So that's a 24 to hit.
Oh,
That
God.
does hit.
Jeez.
And that does 20 points of damage.
Dang.
What?
I've been practicing with this great axe.
You have.
What? That's insane.
You sink your axe into him. Blood spurts out around it, and he staggers and falls to his knees.
Is he dead?
It looks like it.
Because I have an invocation
Nice.
that lets me do 2 attacks.
Hit his
Kill
body.
him more,
Oh,
like
yeah,
to be
just
sure.
to be sure, yeah.
Hit him.
More.
You can hit him again if you like.
Let's see if I hit him again. Okay. The other one was just a flourish. It was a 13. I don't think that hits.
But wait, he's on his knees, so does that give her advantage? I don't know.
No. So you hacked him, and he falls, and then you hack his other arm off. So that the one that
Symmetry.
was dared to
Ah.
touch you, right?
Was it the one that we accidentally cut off of Rhett?
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh.
there we go. That's what you get.
And he says, "Justice."
Then
just collapses.
Sad.
He starts like melting, like falling apart, like a big fleshy bowl of blood and viscera. And is it at that point that a huge giant ape falls out of the sky and pancakes him into the sand?
Belly flop.
Yeah.
10 points. Dom beats his chest.
Caleb,
with
were you
Kaylin.
flying?
She's an ape.
And
Ape
I
that,
can speak ape. Sorry.
so Yang, you want to put us back on
Sure.
our faces? Okay. And that, dear viewers, is going to be all the time we have for tonight. I mean, it's way over the time that we had for tonight, but
Thanks for
you know,
sticking around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
thanks for sticking around late. That was important to the Irregulars to get that done.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Defeated.
supporting the launch of our new channel as well. We have cool new things to offer you, including a special guest for next week.
Can you tell them who it is?
Well, since
Yeah.
you've stuck around for long enough, I think I can give you that little
Reward.
hint. Our special guest for next week is none other than the creator of the panoramic and much beloved Forgotten Realms, Ed Greenwood. He's going to come on our stream next week, and he is going to be playing a NPC related to one of the PCs. So it's going to be
Ooh.
fun. I have been Eric Scott DeB, the DM for this campaign. Thank you to my players, the Dungeon Scrawlers, and I'll toss it over to you. Go ahead, Aaron.
Thank you to our sponsor, Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. Check them out at idlechampions.com.
Thank you to our moderators. I didn't get a chance to find out who they are because of no breaks, so I will thank them all. Snowy Wolf, Player Red 151, Seldrine, and Shay.
Thank you everybody for sticking around and checking out our first attempt at Roll20. I was the one who's like running things like behind the scenes, so
Yeah, thank you,
You know,
Yang.
Big round of
Thanks
applause
for-
for Yang Yang.
oh, no, I wasn't gonna thank
Thank
myself.
you for
but
your work, man.
Well, thank
I'll
you
have
for
to
thanking
figure that
me.
out.
But I was just gonna say, like, we have a new channel. If you really like what we do and you want to support us, please give us a follow. And we're also doing a little donation campaign for Doctors Without Borders. They are an international organization, and they currently are running a campaign to deal with coronavirus around the world. So there's a button below to the donate link for their page, and they have more details about their project there. Thanks.
Thank you very much. I wanted to point out that our map today was brought to us by ZAT Battle Maps. We've got links as to where you can go see free battle maps that he provides, and also some not free ones. But ZAT Battle Maps.
Yeah, toss him some love. He does good work.
Yeah, and just thanks again to everyone for sticking around through all this. For following us to our new channel.
Mhm.
Awesome. Yeah. Did you already thank Idle Champions there?
I did.
Oh,
We
I
did.
I was zoning. Sorry. Yeah, also,
Good
'cause-
play.
well, thanks again, Idle Champions. Also, check out our website, dungeonscrawlers.com, for profiles on the players and characters and everything. Also, I wanted to quick shout out to Lori Krell, who did a lot of our NPC art, and Anna Fott, who did our character art, since I kind of featured that in the recap. And thank you all for coming with us on our new channel. Like you said, hit the follow. That's the little heart. And stay scrawly.